They told me, be a man, boy, toughen up. Then they let women become men, they tricked me. They told me, speak your mind if you're brave enough. And I spoke up and I got canned so quickly. We were always too young and too nice. And now we're too old and too white. You're either too left or too right. Well, we're speaking our minds tonight. Cause you can't cancel all of us, and you're more than welcome to try. But you can't cancel all of us, when we're standing here side by side. And you can't cancel all of us, we'll burn the stars and the stripes. But you can't cancel all of us, cause the internet ain't real life. They told me, be a man, boy, just like your dad. They told me everything I am is toxic. They said the color of your skin doesn't make you bad, but mine makes me racist, got it. We were always too weak and too afraid, and now we're too male and too straight. You're either too real or too fake. Well, we're speaking our minds today. Cause you can't cancel all of us, and you're more than welcome to try. But you can't cancel all of us, when we're standing here side by side. And you can't cancel all of us, we'll burn the stars and the stripes. But you can't cancel all of us, cause the internet ain't real life. You can take my job away for something I may have said online, but you can't control a man who won't comply. And you can call me every name that you might think will hurt my pride, but if you think you're stopping me, you're out your mind. Cause you can't cancel all of us, and you're more than welcome to try. But you can't cancel all of us, cause we're standing here side by side. And you can't cancel all of us, we'll burn the stars and the stripes. But you can't cancel all of us, cause the internet ain't real life. Cause you can't cancel all of us, and you're more than welcome to try.
Yeah, it's one day before my birthday. What you guys up to? What's up, everybody? Can you hear me? Cool. Got the crazy hair going tonight. It didn't help. The window's killing it. So what y'all want to talk about? Hey, what's up, Indy? I try to get that ninja thing going, but my hair is too damn long. It'd be like going up here and shit. There we go. Got the ninja going. That or the spanky. Do the spanky. Hey, thanks, Ren. I like it myself. I like purple. Purple's pretty cool. How do you like my cat going crazy right here? He's acting like a lunatic tonight, as usual. Am I going to the club? No, I don't go clubbing. I gave that up in 1996. I stay at home, watch documentaries, research shit, smoke pot. Oh, I am going to have merchandise within 60 days available for sale. Well, hopefully within 60 days. 100% legal in California. It increases your intelligence. So what do you guys want to talk about tonight? One of those sites, yeah, I'm not sure exactly which one. Someone else is setting it up. All of my logos and sayings and stuff are going to be available, but other people's and also memes. Not sure how they're setting it up. It's a group of us getting together doing things. It sounds like Spring Tree sounds about right. I'm gonna try and have the Economic Ninja promoted as well, since one of the sayings I use is Ninja Nation rocks. I figure I'd see if he wouldn't, since let's see what he said. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? There it is. He says here, a friend of mine, he's also a friend of Travis. He says, cats have stares that can kill. Apparently, Andy has that. Thanks for sharing, my friend. First ever Ninjas moderator, which is Carlos, or a million restaurant tips is what he goes by online. Indy, who the fuck cares? You'll never know unless you try. Could be 1,000, could be 100, could be 1. If you don't try, you know what it is? 0. So, I don't think it's that big of a deal yet. There's 2 things that happen if you don't try. You don't win and you don't lose. You kind of lose. Guaranteed not to win. If you try, you're guaranteed one of 2 things. You're going to win or you're going to lose. Either way is good, because if you win, great. If you lose, you find out what not to do the next time. And then you do it again. It's called success. If you don't try, you don't succeed. What's up, Gerald? Yeah, the silver squeeze I'm not too concerned about. What I do find interesting is everyone gets pumped up after gold surpasses its all-time high. And this is psychological shit that gets to me. People get excited about buying gold past its all-time high. And here we are, silver's up 35, 36, whatever it's at to. And people are excited. Its all-time high is 50, bro. I'm not going to get excited till it gets past that. And then, hold on, like everyone with gold, that's when you start buying all of it. Now, if that's not the principle, why are people buying gold past its all-time high and excited about silver barely halfway to its all-time high? That psychology blows me away. The amount of sales pitches going on and YouTubers selling stuff to get in your minds is cool. And no, I'm not saying don't buy silver. By God, buy the hell of it. It's undervalued for sure. It's just I'm not excited about it. That's all. I'm actually more excited about things that no one else is excited about right now. A couple stocks, a couple good cryptos. Well, the stocks are good too, real good. And yeah, silver, platinum, but also crystallized osmium, gemstones, learning about jewelry creation. Because if you really think about it, when it comes to precious metals, okay, here's a great example. I can buy an ounce of gold today at 3,100 and triple the price of that stuff. Yeah. How can I do that? Neil, how can you do that? How can you triple the price of gold? Turn it into jewelry. 100 to 500% markup. There's other ways. I've come up with other unique ways other than just regular jewelry. Came up with a whole new principle of gem jewelry. And that's, it's not going to have an ounce of gold in it, but it'll have, maybe 2.5 grams or something like that in it, depending on the size of the gem. But that's how you increase the value of gold right now when it's past its all-time high, and you'll get more interest in selling it in a jewelry form than you will in a coin form, because more people are hip to jewelry being a preservation of wealth than they are anything else, because they can convince themselves, the ladies of the house can convince their husbands to buy their daughters that gold necklace because she might be able to sell it someday for profit and it'll save her. At least that's what they, when I was growing up, that's what the deal was. Just like in Russia, 5 years it's taken them. They've been building that digital Russia's economy into a whole digital economy. This is my little escape artist. What's up, Dixie Dix? You escaped from Daddy's house the other night, huh? Did you? This is the one I'm talking about. She's the escape artist. Where you at, Dixie? You see that tail go by? She slipped out of a window that was opened about that much. That big girl right there. That big girl slipped through that window. And she's looking to do it again. But I got it closed. Well, not closed. It's only open about that much. And she can't get through. You can't get through now, huh, girl? But she climbed back in that window, man. She was begging to get back in within an hour. She's like, no, Dad, I don't want to be an outside cat. Let me in. Yes, I suggest crypto, silver, platinum, and stocks. Not all crypto, not all stocks. Do your due diligence, but there are good crypto out there. Crypto's fixing to run. NPM's going to run. Housing's going to crash. Stock market's going to crash. But see, this is the thing. People always talk about, oh, it's a crash, it's a crash, it's a crash. Check this shit out. You know what happens in a crash? Certain things go up. Not everything crashes. If everything crashes, we're all dead financially. The whole thing goes out the window with the baby at the bathwater. There are things that go up in bad times. New Tech, NNE, those two other companies I mentioned to you, OKLO out here out of California, that other one out of Sweden, the nuclear, they're getting into micronuclear, different styles of micronuclear. They're going to take off. Bad times, good times, it ain't going to matter. As a matter of fact, bad times, more people are going to be losing money on all these other stocks. They're going to be throwing money in these stocks, these few that are going up, causing them to hit all-time highs that they won't hit again for a few years after this crap's over with. You just got to know how it runs, man. People are like, oh, the depression, it was so bad. Yeah, it was so bad. 75% of America was working. It was so bad. What? 75% of America was working during the 1929, 1930 depression? Yeah, 75% of people were working. Why was it so bad? No one looked out after anyone else. No one was kind, helpful, and grateful. No one spread information. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one indeed, Gerald. That one right there. And let me tell you what, as far as like this NNE, nanonuclear energy I'm telling you all about, it started out March 10th, 2024. Hear that right, 2024. 1 year and a couple weeks ago at $4.51. And what is it now? $26 1 year later. 500% increase. Gerald hopped in. Gerald Draper is in the chat right now. He took some advice of mine because I knew it was going to bump. It bumped up. He got it at like 23. It bumped up to 45. From $4.50 to $45 in 1 year. Doesn't that sound like a crypto? A little longer. But as far as return on investment, if you got it at 5 and sold at 40, that's 800% in 12 months. So there's some good deals out there. You just got to know how the economy's rolling. That's why I like geopolitics and all this other stuff, because you see how things are rolling and you see where it's rolling to. So the bumps in the road might be bumps in the road, but you're still rolling to something. And energy dominance is what America's rolling to. So the energy sector is going to rocket. New technology energy sector, Oklo and NNE, Rolls-Royce, going to fucking skyrocket. Well, comparatively to every other stock, they'll skyrocket. And then you got, depending on when Trump talks about legalization of medical marijuana and decriminalization of weed, you're going to have lots of new industries popped up during a crash. Hopefully, he's waiting for it because that'll happen during a crash. That means those stocks like MJNA, it's like fucking 1/3 of a penny per stock. It's 25 years ago, it came on the stock market. It was like $350 a share. That son of a bitch is going to skyrocket, even during a crash. It just depends on when Trump says certain things. These are things you got to pay attention to. And if you do, you can make shitloads of money. Shitloads of money during a crash. Opportunity big time. Which ones are those you're following? Gerald's good with crypto. I actually am very fond of all the crypto he's mentioned, and between him and Ninja, I like the ZBCN the best. I think it's got the greatest future. For my financial investment style, not for everybody. I'm sure XRP will do great. XLM will definitely do great. ADA will definitely do great. Matter of fact, ADA is going to do real good. Algo is going to do good. Digibytes eventually, within 10 years, you'd be happy to have that. Let me see if I can do that. Okay, hold on a second. Let me go to. Hold on a second here. Where the hell did that go to? Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, hold on. Hold your horses, Jerry. Let me see. Present, share screen. No, that's not the one. That's the one. Share screen. Hold on a second here. Let's get the volume going.
Your chains in an instant. What if there was a card that freed your crypto to be spent anywhere in the world? What if it took seconds to activate and had no lengthy forms or endless approvals, just your wallet and a tap? And what if that card harnessed the power of the US dollar so you could spend 150 plus tokens across 8 major chains in an instant? Imagine a card that puts privacy first with no complicated hurdles to jump through. A card that's reloadable, fee-free, and accepted on the MasterCard network worldwide. Now stop imagining, because that card is here. Introducing Xebec Carbon, proudly made in America, powered by USD, and built to give you the freedom to spend your crypto everywhere. Xebec Carbon, the future of everyday spending, now in your hands.
And oh shit, wrong angle. Sorry about that, guys. Now there's only 3 of us here now, so that's how it goes. So anyhow, yeah, that's a ZBCN. But that's one of the crypto I like, because I see, I mean, it's already hooked up with MasterCard, so it's pretty much a guaranteed winner. And it's Ninja approved. Not just Neil and Gerald approved. So you got that going for you. So this is not financial advice whatsoever. This is for poker night. Keep your eye on that one. And then let's see, stocks. Again, poker night stuff here. Those ones are, in my opinion, and that'd be stocks. And then for precious metals, and I'm only giving my shit. I'm not telling anyone to do anything. I'm just telling you what I'm getting and why. I'm typing right now. Sorry. I still type like that. Because I'm slow. Also say by that. Yeah, the Congress has already passed a bill allowing financial institutions to create stable coins backed 1-to-1 by the dollar, which is probably going to save the US dollar and keep it king for a long time, but it's going to transition because this fiat system we have right now won't work with that. They're going to take and advance and get rid of the fiat system and change our whole economy over to like pre-71, some commodity backed dollar. It'll last for about 50 years, and we'll go for a full digital system, something like that. But the dollar is going to be around in a different format because it has to be. Foreign countries aren't as hip to the technologies as we are. We are leaders of the technology of the digital realm. Other larger companies are on board, but for the whole world to be on board, it's going to take a while. And a lot of countries still like physical notes in doing their transactions and reserves because their people have confidence, like Zimbabwe, for example, or Argentina. Their people have confidence in a physical note dollar bill. It makes them feel good about the economy. And that actually, feelings is a very, very big part of economies. You have to feel that you have positive influence in your dollar. If you feel like now that it's kind of worthless, look at the economy. It's feelings have a large part to do with economics and how you feel about them. How you feel about what currencies that actually drives it's FOMO in one sense. So you got to keep the FOMO of the dollar up, so they're going to change it back to a commodity. And since we're going to be an energy leader, here's a prediction. Niels Hahn's prediction. Because we're going to be energy sector leaders of the world, I imagine the new dollar that they're going to create, the physical dollar bill, that will also be a digitally backed, or digital assets will be backed by this physical bill, meaning Fed coin and all these other financial institutions that are creating stable coins backed 1-to-1 with the dollar. That dollar will be backed by energy sector, oil, natural gas, liquid gas, nuclear production, and things of the energy sector will be the base behind that dollar. Because if we're going to control the energy sector, we can base our dollar off the energy sector. We can controlled credit for 50 years. Now we're losing it, so we're going to change that. Before that, we controlled gold. It was a gold-backed dollar. It changes. It keeps going on and on. Yeah, because we're the early adopters of it, but there's 187 countries. And again, like Zimbabwe, they tried gold, they tried everything. The feelings of those people, they want the US dollar bill. So it's going to take a while for the technologies. And that's why I was doing stuff on Burkina Faso and stuff. They're building universities, and Nigeria saying they're building universities because they want to have a crypto, or not crypto, but cyber people coming from Nigeria. Burkina Faso wants engineers and builders coming from their college, so they're building colleges for that. So they're still not up to speed, and it'll take a good decade to get the whole world, all these other countries that aren't technologically up to speed, to be able to use or take advantage of the digital economy. Not saying it's not going to happen. I'm just saying it's not going to go through worldwide adoption. So it's still got growth potential because America and Russia, a couple other countries are early in it. And it'll still have growth because there's still 187 countries. If 80 of them adopt it, then you still got 55% growth market before you get to a base to run your ups and downs off of. So it's going to be upward growth in the digital currency or crypto markets sector, the digital market sector for all kinds of things: real estate, pictures, art, cars, designs, all kinds of shit. It's going to be new. It's mind blowing how conceptual it could be, but that's irrelevant. It's actually the point, but it's irrelevant. You don't have to totally understand it. You just have to know it's coming, and position yourself. You don't have to understand how a house is built to buy a house. You don't have to know how a car runs to buy a car. You don't have to know how a plane runs to take a plane trip. So you don't have to totally understand it. Just have to understand the functionality and need, and then make appropriate financial decisions on investments. And then, you can dive in deep and go down the rabbit hole or not. But it would be most beneficial to at least take a look at it. So that way you're not caught blindsided or left on the wrong side of the door when it shuts. And at least you have something in it to where you can not be left out or be on the third boat instead of the first boat. I'd rather be on the first life raft, not the third or fourth, because that means you're too close to the sharks in the water. And things are changing. It always changes. Things always change. People always freak out. People always think when change comes that the end of the world is here. Man, it's happened throughout history so many times, dude. I bring back World War I, the first time we ever used chemical weapons on mass form with no regulation of use against humans. Dude, do some research. It is any conception you have of actual hell. Research what they did to each other in World War I. And I can guarantee you will believe that those men thought that Christ was coming, that it was the end of days. That was like 112 years ago, 115 years ago. And then again in World War II, when the Blitzkrieg happened, and everyone thought, how can these guys keep coming? They must be demons. 3 days straight, nothing but attack. Do they ever sleep? I'm sure they thought it was the second coming of Christ too. And that was like 84 years ago, 5 years ago. So it's a revolutionary thing. Every time something bad happens, the first thing that happens in your mind is, oh, it must be the end. Or for the successful thought process, hey, let's look for the new beginning because this ain't the end. Let's not sell the farm and go out and stand in the fucking cow pastures and wait for it, because if it doesn't come, we're going to be homeless and hungry. And it ain't come yet. So, you can bet the marbles on, oh, this time's the time, or look for the new that's coming and invest appropriately. And your percentage odds of being right on the new coming rather than it being the end, about 99%. And there's a lot of conceptions on the end anyhow. I mean, that's a whole nother story on how that might go. And it leads into dimensional shifting. And there's actually Bible passages that lead me to believe that there's dimensional shifting going on. So, ooh, that was cool. Reflux. Too much carbon in the belly. So what else do you guys want to talk about? I see there's only 4 of us here. Am I going to call it an early night? Nobody wants to come up on panel? Or is someone up there and I'm not seeing them? No, no one's up there. This is not a joint. This is a cigarette. I don't smoke joints. So what do you guys want to talk about? Any of you 3? What are you lost about? Crypto, Chad? I don't feel an earthquake. You might want to think a little harder, buddy. Sorry, it's a joke. Only thing different about the crypto market over stock market is you got to keep an eye on it daily because it runs up and down real fast. And you can either be up a 50x, and by the time you look at it, it'd be down to where it's only 10x. That's how quick it moves. Lost on the last two topics, that would be crypto and not sure. Crypto and something. I totally forgot. Right on. Yeah, I already started pushing that website for the spiritual stuff. Yeah. Depending on your belief system, babe, that's what it's down. It's all personal, and we all have our own journey, and the afterlife will be our own journey. So everyone's got their own view of that. None of us are going to know because we're not supposed to know. We're too down on the tree of life to have that type of knowledge, in my opinion. Because scientists and researchers know about at least 12 dimensions of time and space. I say there's a lot more than that. And if God is everything, then he is so much more than we can ever conceive. So we must be really far down there on the list. But still enough for him to care about, because he obviously made us in his image and he put us above angels. But then again, what are the angels? Are they interdimensional? Are they extraterrestrial? Actually wouldn't be extraterrestrial because we know about them in the Bible. So we're actually conceiving in our brains of them in the wrong aspect. I mean, there's so many ways you can conceive that. But yeah, exactly, Chad. Everyone has their own path and is at their own road marker on that path. And the Bible is meant to be understood by everyone differently, because each of us has a different role to play in life, a different mission for God. If we all have the same mission, we'd be all the same drone, and God would have no use for us because there would be 9 million people with the same mission. So, think of it like that. But what you can conceive is before Babylon, the fall of Babylon, we all spoke the same language and there was no color. We were all the same color and we spoke the same language. And what broke that apart? We thought we were too good. Bigger than our britches. Bigger than our britches. So we're suffering from that sin. And it's passed on through all mankind. We are suffering from the sin of thinking we're more than we are. And that's why the walls of Babylon came down and we got separated as people and changed colors, because we lived in different parts of the world and it came up with different languages and all this other stuff. So we're living the repercussions of that blasphemy. So we all have our own journey to get away from that, Because also, if you look at the Bible, families can be cursed for 10 generations. Don't give a fuck or anything about your great grandfather could be cursed, and you'll be cursed because of him, no matter what you do. Yeah, that's in the religion, bro. And check it out. So you could be the best person in the world and not get anywhere because you're cursed, because your great grandfather was cursed by God. Then you got to figure it out. Then you got to take the appropriate steps to negate that before you can be successful. No, you're not cursed, Chad. If you were cursed, you'd have less silver than me, buddy. So you're a whole lot less cursed than I am. A lot less. Because silver and gold is the money of God. So yeah, keep thinking that, buddy. You're wrong. you're just you're cursed by Satan, because on the physical realm that Satan controls, you're not doing well. And that's not God's realm. That's Satan's realm. He gave Satan rule over earth and this physical realm. And it's up to us to find our delight through Jesus Christ and his path. So you can't say that, Chad. That's a bad aspect, way to look at it. It's not very positive either. Not that I know anything about psychology. I'm just some dumbass smoking pot on fucking YouTube. Running my mouth. Look, I got tattoos. I must not know shit. Yes, in 100%, it is all relative to your perspective, excuse me. It's all relative, in my opinion, to your perspective, not perception. But perception is also, I see your point. Here we go. So what else you guys want to talk about? Let's get some talking going. You want to talk about the red ceiling or the white ceiling? Or do you want to talk about how you can't see Ginger? Oh, yeah, you can. There's Ginger right there sleeping on the bed. And I have no other kitty cats in here. It's amazing. That means there's 7 kitty cats in the other room right now, which means I'm in trouble. They're doing something bad. You know, I believe that our conscious mind is what kills us. It puts the roadblocks in front of us for success. Your own mind. Fear. Look, there's the Brothers Grimm. Gandalf right there, and Harley. There they are. They're going to be fighting soon. Anytime they follow each other around like that, they're going to get some crap going with each other. You know what? I don't know how to answer, who gets fucked worse, whatever. We choose our battles. You know, I've been 17 plus 5. I've had a 22-year ongoing fight with the IRS. I win technically, but the life I've lost in doing that, it's a personal journey. Yeah, I won, but I wouldn't suggest anyone else do it. And that is correct. Your best revenge is success. What's up, Echo Tekov? Echo Tekov? Sorry if I didn't say that correctly. But yeah, what the hell? Just live your life. Live the best. Be the best you can be every day. Don't let other people direct you, because then they control you, which makes you a slave to them. And most people give people that power, and you give people that power by caring what they think of you. What someone thinks of you is irrelevant to what you think of you, because who do you have to go to sleep with? Yourself. Who do you have to wake up with? Yourself. Who do you shower with? Yourself. Who do you go to work with? Yourself. Who do you eat with? Yourself. Where are these other people in your life that you're concerned what they think of you? 10 minutes of your 24-hour day, and you're going to dedicate your whole day to what they think of you? That's kind of self-destructive for you fulfilling who you have to be in life, in my opinion. Thank you very much. I like my channel too. Because see, the guy who runs this channel lets me smoke a pot. I blatantly do this in front of my union too, because they next month in April, I'm going to go to the union meeting and raise some hell because they do so much drug testing, this, that, and the other, and they've kept me out of work because I smoke pot and I can't go on jobs with federal funding. Because it's federally illegal. State jobs, it's not illegal. And I'm going to go in there and tell them we lost another 22-year-old iron worker. 22-year-old iron worker. Can't prove it's fentanyl, but that's like the 5th one in 3 years. That's a drug. That doesn't come up on drug tests if you only test the guy once a month. So I'm going to break their drug testing thing and change the whole direction of the fucking union with this drug shit. Because drug testing doesn't work. It just keeps good people out of work, and it keeps all the others doing drugs that get out of your system within 3 days, meaning you can do the drug on Friday and you'll be clean on Monday. So obviously drug testing isn't the right way to go. Prevention it'd be more the right way to go. Talk to everyone, get discussion groups going, whatever, but get away from the fucking drug test because it's not working. We have guys still dying, young children still dying of fucking fentanyl in our trade. A couple friends of mine died a few years ago. One of them was a business agent. Fuck. You want to know how I'm not working, man? I did set my shit up good. If he hadn't died, my good friend of mine would be a business agent. I'd be working 24/7 if I wanted right now, because that's how the union works, so you know who you blow kind of thing. But he died of a fentanyl overdose, and obviously he's no longer my friend, the business agent. He's dead, and some other asshole took his place, and I don't have it in with him, so I'm on the outs, all because of fentanyl. Yeah, at least it doesn't kill you. Although I was working at a Highland Hospital in Oakland 20-some years ago, when a guy came in the emergency room and they put out an emergency alert to all the construction workers on the outside saying, hey guys, take about an hour off and get the fuck away from this entranceway. We have a guy coming in, heroin overdose, and he's got a flesh-eating bacteria that came with the heroin in his system. And we were all like, oh, fuck. No, get us the fuck away from here, sanitize all this shit, make sure that flesh-eating bacteria doesn't get on us that he got from the fucking heroin. So heroin's got its own problems. Actually, I don't think any of them are good. Weed, because it's natural, man. I'll go outside. I've already shown you guys my outside little shorts on where my shit's growing. 100% natural. I got the Canis lily growing near it, and I'm going to be throwing some tomato plants in there. Use azos and microspirillum so that the micro fungi network would hook up and it'd be symbiotically sharing resources to where no chemicals are needed. I just have to water. You missed the silver giveaway, man. I gave away 20 ounces of silver, Fen, 10 minutes ago. What the fuck, man? No, I'm kidding. You missed nothing. Superstar Queen Independent Mini was here, but she scattered real quick. She just came in and gave a like and ran away. I like making fun of her. She's a cool girl. That right there? I was just throwing my foot straight up, hitting 6 foot without stretching. Because I said something in the chat the other day that I can do inside crescents and outside crescents without stretching. 56. They have to what? Make synthesize the THC because it's 0.10 amount of the stem distillation. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, a lot of new technologies coming out, guys. A lot of new technologies coming out by the end of this decade. It's going to be revolutionary. So says Harley. I'm going to get my finger swatted off. I like CDB oil. That shit is good for your joints and flexibility. Oh my God. It works fast too. Cold water extraction CDB. Woo. But I don't like taking things regularly because then your body gets used to it and it's no good. You find stuff that works and then only when you need it, use it. As I get older, I'll probably use CDB oil a lot more. So does anyone want to come up, or am I not seeing anyone come up? Nope, no one wants to come up. Yeah, I don't like edibles. Edibles actually, the body reacts differently to different forms of ingestion of THC. And I actually go to sleep when I eat edibles. It makes me tired. So it's not, I can't operate. And I smoke weed to slow my brain down and to slow my body down to where I can somewhat interact normally with people and not be going too fast. Because I'm kind of fucked up. I'm hyperactive, which means my body chemistry goes fast. And I'm also hypoglycemic and manic, which means I need to have sugar or protein in my blood system. I have to add to it, which helps you go fast. And my brain already goes fast because of mania. So everything about me is like on high gear. I was born naturally wired on high gear, and like Coke and all that shit never did a damn thing to me. This right here slows me down to a little bit faster than a normal human being as far as mentally and physically. So that's why I smoke it. I don't smoke it to get high. That's just a byproduct, getting high. I've had people on the job site tell me, Neil, go to the shitter and fucking break out your weed and get stoned. You're fucking moving too fast, bro. I shit you not. Several hundreds of times people have told me to do that on job sites over the past 30 years. Like, Neil, go smoke some pot, slow down. I'd be like, all right, man. Let me go smoke some pot, slow down. And of course, ironwork's the only trade that you can get away with that shit. That's why I'm an ironworker. I would never made it in any other trade whatsoever. Longevity. You know, they wanted to stick me on Ritalin and Prozac in 2nd grade. My mom told me to get stuffed. But yeah, I'm the result of someone who wasn't put on Ritalin and Prozac as a child. When I was allowed to naturally progress and control my own self and find my own path. Been a hell of a journey. Imagine trying to control yourself or have Ritalin control you. I mean, look at that. Anyhow, whatever. That's why I was good at my job in the military. I actually excelled. Liked it too much, actually. Didn't like the fucking authority, but you know, it's a give and take. So what do y'all want to talk about? I have to keep asking this because only 2 people are chatting. And there's supposedly 6 of you here. And I don't have nothing. Oh, well, I do have something else geared up. If you guys want to talk about taxes, are you interested in taxes and which way they're going to be going here shortly because of what's happening in the United States federal government? Let's see. Let me get this geared up here. Present, share screen. All right, we'll do this. It doesn't matter if you want to hear it or not.
Mississippi taking matters into its own hands to put more money in the pockets of residents. The governor signing an historic bill this week to abolish the state's income tax, becoming the 10th state in the nation to eliminate income tax. Joining me now in a Fox Business exclusive is the governor of Mississippi, Tate Reeves.
See, now with the importance of these shows here that she's just telling me about is because we're leaving the federalist system of a federal run thing, and we're going to more of a state run thing. So states are going to be competing for business, for better schools, for better employees, for better wages. And this is just part of that starting.
Governor, great to have you this weekend. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Maria. It's great to see you, and it's a great day to be an American, and it's a great day to be a Mississippian.
Well, this bill has been in the works for 15 years. Tell us what it will mean for the Mississippi economy.
Well, this is, Maria, this is our one big, beautiful bill in Mississippi. We've been working to cut taxes and moving towards eliminating the income tax. And I was finally able to sign a bill into law this week that over time gets us to accomplish exactly that goal. In Mississippi, we believe government ought to take less so that our people get to keep more of their money.
And when you look at other states that have no income tax, you've seen a huge surge of individuals moving from high tax states to low tax states.
Just like what I said, the competition starting with the population, the workforce, and everything that comes with that.
It's or no income tax states. Is that what you're expecting?
Well, there's no doubt about it. I mean, you see not only economic growth in those states with no income tax, you also see population growth in those states. And we think we have a beautiful state in Mississippi. We've got a beautiful coastline on the Gulf of America. And I will just tell you that we have seen significant economic growth over the last 5 years. We've seen over $30 billion in new capital investment flowing to our state. And we think by eliminating our income tax, we're going to see not only more income and capital flow into our state. We think we're going to see more people flow into our state, and so it's an opportunity for us to be more competitive on the national landscape, and we think it's going to work beautifully.
That is just incredible, and I love that you referred to the Gulf of America. I've talked to President Trump about his own tax cut plan, and one question I always ask him is, how are you going to offset? If you're going to cut taxes and eliminate the income tax like you're doing it, where does the revenue come from?
Well, I've talked to the president about his desires to cut taxes as well. And for us in Mississippi, you got to know where we start from. We're going to collect about $7.8 billion in total revenue this year. And our current budget spends just barely over $7 billion. So we have a $750 million annual surplus in the state of Mississippi. And so I believe that if you allow government to keep that $750 million surplus, they will find a way to spend it. But I think it's better for your economy to let individual Mississippians spend more of their money, which will then grow the economy. So the combination of more capital investment in our state, more job creation in our state, more income growth through per capita income growth, which Mississippi is in the third quarter of 2024 was the fourth fastest growing per capita income growth in all of America. We're going to see significant economic output in our state, and that's going to lead to us being able to fund the necessary services in government while also letting our people keep more of their own money.
Well, that is terrific. And like President Trump, it sounds like you're counting on growth, and that growth will create the revenue that I'm referring to. Look, the president is pushing to cut taxes on a national level by downsizing the IRS. He's creating this external revenue service, replacing income tax on U.S. citizens with tariffs on foreign countries. Just this week, the president announced a new round.
Anyhow, that's not what it was about. It was about the Mississippi income tax and how it's the 10th state, and more states are going to follow for the exact reason that gentleman said. It's competition for people for money. Competition. That's good for the consumer. You and I are considered consumers. And that's where we hey, what's up, B. Taylor? Oh, right on. Yeah. Fuck. I saw you on the JM show. But yeah, competition. It's great for the consumer. It's not as good for business, but it's great for us as consumers because it gets people competing for our business, which makes our business more valuable. States competing for growth, get rid of taxes to bring people in, so that they can get jobs to create housing and industry. So that presents opportunity. So there's 10 states out there that are presenting opportunity, or 10% of the United States is presenting opportunity to citizens right now in these bad coming economic times. They're already, again, going back to even during crashes, good things occur, positive things happen, things go up even in a crash. Those 10 states are already preparing by having people move in there and stimulating their economies and growths, new jobs and developments to stimulate more growth and more money coming into the state through expenditures and not income tax. And they're drawing all these people in by avoiding the income tax. So you can kind of see how it all works together, that even in bad times, things will thrive. There are sectors out there that will thrive. And the energy sector is one of those sectors that's going to thrive. Yeah, there's good and bad about every politician. They're not all the way you want them to be, because if they were all the way you wanted to be, they wouldn't be a politician. They'd been bought and paid for by you, because they're doing everything you want, not what your neighbor wants, and then the neighbor beside them and the neighbor beside them, and everybody wants something different. So actually, the best politician is the one who never pleases anybody, because that means he's probably doing the right thing, because he's not looking at individual, he's looking at generalities. And you can't look at, as a politician, you can't look at an individual anything, because you're not doing the generality or the populace any good. You're actually doing them a disservice. So yeah, a good politician never gets elected twice, because he never made anyone happy, because he didn't sell out. And people usually aren't happy when the right thing happens. They're just happy with the results. And the guy who does the right thing usually gets crucified. So that's why it should be a self-sustaining one-term thing. If you had good politicians, they'd get voted out because people hated them because they did the good thing. But if a politician's in for more, and this goes for Trump too, if they're in for more than one term, that means Democrats and Republicans and socialists and communists. They're in for more than one term, then they're bought and paid for, and they did something good for someone who can keep them in power. The good politicians only stay for 4 years or 2 years because they pissed everybody off, most likely doing the right thing, because that kind of pisses people off. We have credit card issues with orders, Finn. I'm turning into a blue meanie. Well, you know what, Finn? My personal feelings are that saved you $3,100 if you didn't get that 1 ounce of gold. And what I would suggest, non-financial advice, would be get 3 ounces of platinum with that same $3,100. You will be grateful you have those 3 ounces of platinum instead of that 1 ounce of gold within 2 years. Probably sooner. But hey, you do what you feel is right for you and what's best for you in your world. And I totally support what you do as long as you feel it's best for you. I just give advice. Free of charge and non-financial. Non-financial. It's just solid, sound, and good. It's not financial. That's how you get over that statement, huh? I'm going to heat up the rest of my TV back in 15 seconds or less. Told you or less. Yeah, the percentage gain out of either the silver or the point time of purchasing, even if gold goes up to 9,000, that's only 300%. Silver only has to go up to less than 100 to get that same thing. And if gold's going to 9,000, trust me, silver's going to be well over 100. And quite frankly, if you're going to play the ratio game, you have to look at the platinum to gold ratio. And once you see the platinum to gold ratio, your jaw will drop and you'll have to pick it back up and fucking wrap something around your head to keep your jaw from dropping again. You'll be like, oh my God, I need to buy platinum. But that's just what professionals use as an indicator. I'm not a professional. I'm just some poor white boy. A white boy. Not dirty white boy. Just a white boy. Not a dirty white boy. Like the song says, dirty white boy. Harley, quit staring at me, cat. Well, your investments in crypto should pay off before then, Gerald. But your investments in the projects in crypto, I agree. And I'm already pushing that, so it should be okay. Shit. No guarantees. Nothing's a guarantee in life. We could get hit by a comet tomorrow. I doubt it, but we could. Now, I think if you follow Economic Ninja, he's pretty much right on cue, especially when it comes to his crypto silver house cycle thing and the cryptos he's calling. I'm sure he's invested in them ahead of time too. Why not? You do the research, you find it's a good thing. Sure, you're going to invest in it. Then you tell people about it. And then they invest in it and they get the good thing too, but there's a pump. So you could see it as a pre-runner scenario that he's doing, but in reality, it's not what he's doing. He's actually trying to help people make money. And if you follow him and get, stay close in tune with what he's doing, because crypto is a fast moving market, you should see 3 to 5 to 10 times your investments. It's good to have all of them, Gerald. Yeah, I got a pretty good pack for which you're one of, Gerald. And then Ninja, and then who else? Give me a second, I'll think. Oh yeah, no, JM and Independent Mini. I got a lot of YouTube friends. Wealth of Nations. I'm telling you, Wealth of Nations, man, quit looking at the price and start looking at the ratios. Silver, 90 to 1. Platinum, 3 to 1. As soon as you start looking at ratios and you compare the ratio chart with the physical price charts, and then you do an overlay and you're like, hold on, there's correlation here. You'll start buying platinum, brother, nonstop. I don't do crypto either, but I am this round because it's the future economy's coming. By 2030, we'll be all digital, and the people already in it will be like rocking the Casbah. It's like one of those things you don't have to totally understand, but you just have to realize that the future is moving, coming every day. It's getting closer to us, and a digital economy is coming. That's all there is to it. So. But it's all cool. You don't have to do a cryptos. If you do silver, gold, platinum, and then real estate, you'll still prosper, bro. Every market's going to go up and down and cycle on through. Those people that know the cycles are on board with them. It says crypto cycle, precious metal cycle, following the crypto cycle, and then straight in the housing cycle. So any one of those three waves, if you hop on, you're profiting big time off of, more so than anyone who's not hopping on. So I encourage you to stay your path, my friend. I will not try and convince you otherwise. And I don't think that you're wrong. I think you're right for you doing you. I think Gerald's right for him doing him. I think Neil's right for Neil doing Neil. I think everybody's right for doing your own thing, because no one knows your life better than you. So how the hell can they tell you what to do with your shit? They can make suggestions, that's all. And that's all. And so don't take anything I say other than a suggestion. It's not financial advice. And that's actually encouraging for you to find out. It's only suggestions, not financial advice. My financial advice is you do you. Some of you are 20, some of you are 80, some of you are 40. How the hell can you have the same strategy? There's no way in hell you'd have the same strategy. It's again, for what Gerald says down there, it's adoption, and understanding. And that comes with losing out sometimes, hearing about other people and not considering it losing out, because you really won't be losing out. Because again, it's not going to become full adoption for a while. So there's still going to be a lot of gains to be made in another 4 years. And there's time for adoption and understanding of what's coming by just looking. Watch the government, the federal government of the United States. They just passed a law allowing financial institutions to create stable coins backed 1-to-1 with the US dollar. So, you know, the evidence will be clear soon enough, and then people will still jump on. And America and every American who jumps on within the next 5 years will still be ahead of the curve. So it's not like, it's not too late, bro. Change takes time, and information takes a little time to get out there, and it takes a while for people to catch on. And if not, then you're still on the right boat, because precious metals that's a no-brainer, right boat there. And then, of course, it'd be cool if you got into housing when it crashes. If you could afford that, that'd be awesome. It's always nice to pick up a cheap house and turn it, or get it for rent, have a supplemental income coming in. Fuck yeah. And none of that consists of crypto. So, everybody do themselves, man. I do not encourage 1, 2, or 3, or all 3. I do all 3, but I don't anticipate anyone else to. I just talk about what I do. And I encourage everyone to do you. And that's what I encourage. I don't want everyone to be the same. That would be boring as hell. It's like, it'd be like the military, same haircut, same uniform, fucking. No fun. Boring. Till you get some excitement, but then it goes boring again. Till you get some excitement, then it goes boring again. And the excitement's not really that much. It doesn't last that long. So it's not worth it. Diversity, baby. Diversity is where it's at. Yeah, but when will the payment get out? I'd like to see that check tomorrow. I tell you what, that'd be a big difference from a $600 check to a $5,000 check. And instead of being a stimulus check of $600, it's a refund check of your money. Because refunds are a lot better than stimulus. Stimulus is adding to that. Refund means, well, you overcharged me because of all the fraud that you just discovered that I'm no longer getting charged for, so I get my money back. By the way, remember this come voting time. That's all I can say. Republicans just as guilty as Democrats. We need new people that aren't bought and paid for in positions of power. That's what we need. And I need a house in Alabama with a lot of land. Yeah, exactly, Wealth. And it is speculative. You are exactly correct. Oh, they go out in April. Ooh. You're shitting me, Chad. You know, that means that here's a possibility. I'm supposed to get my tax refund within like, oh shit, it's about 7 days. So that extra money might be with my tax refund. Oh, that would be awesome, bro. Holy shit, that would be awesome. Maybe next April. It's probably more likely after all the shit hit the fan and we all lose our ass when there's nothing left. Oh, here's your money back. Yeah, fuck you, asshole. Oh, I could see that happening. Very much. But anyhow, no, they, smart thing to do would be actually, Chad, the smart thing to do would be to get those checks out as soon as fucking possible, especially if they know bad times are coming. Because if you gave everyone who paid their taxes and is getting a refund or even just having to pay, you already have a list of names of taxpayers. Get them that $5,000. You got like 120 million people just got $5,000. That is a economic changing amount of money for a country. And it changes all this recession talk. It changes a lot of shit temporarily, but it gives time for other things to kick in that might keep it going. So there is that aspect to when they'll get it out. Well, right on. Yeah, well, they also look at like this, Chad. America brings in 4.5 trillion in taxes. No, 5.2 trillion. No, 4.5 trillion. Don't trust these numbers. I'm already confused. I think it's 4.5 trillion we bring in revenue through taxes, and we've spent like 5.2 trillion. So we're over like by 800 billion a year, and that's how it goes. And if they cut 2 trillion off of the spending, it goes from 5.2 to 3.2, and we still bring in 1.5. So that's where you get or 4.5, and that's where you get a 1.3 trillion excess. So they could actually do what they say legitimately. And then if you get more, now see, here's where it actually it compounds. If you get like $3 trillion worth of new investment on top of the cut in spending and taxes and everything, lowering the amount of your expenditures to tax revenue, it's keeping your tax revenue ahead of expenditures because you're cutting expenditures. If you get like $3 trillion worth of new revenue on top of that for business growth and development and manufacturing, then what you got is more job creation, which means the smaller amount that the people who are paying taxes, the smaller amount they pay because you got rid of the income tax, actually increases while you still have the lower expenditures, which would increase your tax base back up to the original tax base without having the tax being paid in the same manner but the amount of tax being collected because of the increase in growth of job creation. So we could still be bringing in 4.5 billion in taxes, but instead of spending 5.2, would be spending, or 5 point whatever, would be spending 3.2, which means we'd have a revenue to pay off the expenditure of the debt of 36 trillion even quicker, which would exponentially raise our credit rating of the United States from AA back up to AAA, which would also lower the interest rates, which means that money now compounds by paying off more of the debt because the interest rate lowered because of our credit rating raised. So all of these things got to be taken in consideration with the national debt. And that's why I say, realistically, I can see, and just like Trump said, man, by 2028, I can see a balanced budget being presented to Congress if it's done right. I can see that. But you have to have a lot of things happen to make that happen. And whether or not it will, who knows? But there has been about $2.5 trillion of investments promised and already started to be delivered in America for new manufacturing and business creation, job creation, all this other shit. So it's looking positive. But until it happens, but it's looking positive. Sometimes watching the game is the best way to get in the game because you see the flow of the water and you know where to throw the bait and the hook to catch your fish. But to do that, you got to sit down and watch the flow. So, different strokes to different folks. But yeah, and again, I don't think that this time this having is I mean, as far as adoption, large scale adoption, this time is different than every other having. But there's still going to be another having event in 4 years. So see this cat, he's acting crazy. So we're going to have another opportunity for crypto gains. But those that are obviously already in when it happens will be exponentially greater. But it's not like it's the last time it's going to happen. So it's not like it's too late. In my opinion. And in Harley. Harley just told me he agreed with me. I'm sure you guys heard that little meow. There's a confirmation. He's like, yep, that's it, Dad. You said it. Sorry, guys, prepping my tea. It's going off. I gotta get the hot water off this kettle. So, what's up, sexy news? All right, let's see who's talking here. Yeah, it is long. But there's other ways to get there other than crypto too. But yeah, crypto is the quickest and the first. So there's 6 of you here. What else do we want to talk about, peoples? Other than my cute little kitty cat. I suggest everyone get a pet. It's good for your mental health. Whether it's a bird, dog, or cat, freaking snake, whatever suits you. Animals are good for your life. Cats are awesome, Wealth of Nations. They're so entertaining, each have their own personality. Like I said earlier, I have this black and white cat named Dixie. She's a pretty big girl. This window right here, see how open I have it? I have it open about that much. I had it open about that much the other night, like 2 nights ago, and she actually escaped. And I didn't realize it until I didn't hear her meow and I didn't see her around about a half hour later. I was like, where the hell's Dixie? I haven't heard her, right? So I'm like, that window's open a little too much. So then I look outside and I saw her outside. I was like, So I went out and tried to get her. I was like, she wanted to play. I was like, okay, cool. So I came back inside, shut the window. And within 5 minutes, she was there. So I opened the window about that much, and she crawled her fat ass through. And I left it skinny. I left it not open a lot on purpose to make her realize that it's a bad idea going out the window. But yeah, she didn't like the outside as much as she likes the inside. I thought that was cool. Definite a tell that I'm taking care of them well. If she fights to get it back inside after escaping, I didn't even have to chase her. I don't know. I'm obviously thrilled over that one. Personal little yeah, when I get to Alabama, I'm gonna get a dog from Puppy and let the cats race the dogs, so that way there'll be no issue. Oh, dude, man. I tell you what, I'm gonna give y'all a secret. Okay. I don't have any on hand. It's upstairs. If you don't want mice, it doesn't work for rats. It works for mice. Baking soda. Because mice cannot fart or burp. And baking soda makes you do both. And they end up dying. No poison, no nothing. As a matter of fact, they are so sensitive to it. If you just take like a hair dryer and sprinkle it and let it just dust out in the room, gets on all the little cracks and shit, them motherfuckers will run out of your house. And they will stay out of your house. Doesn't work for rats. It works for mice. Hold on a second here. Let me get this from Wells. What's the supply situation in South Africa regarding platinum? Oh, yeah. There we're touching on some good stuff. Okay. Impala Mines last year was 20% below their extraction amount that they in 2023 forecast that they would have in 2024. They were 20% reduced from that number, leaving a 10% reduction of overall world supply. And China increased their purchasing to where they bought 45% of the world's supply of platinum last year. They bought 2.6 million ounces of platinum off the market because they have contracts with 10 different car companies for 2% to manufacture a new style of engine, a non-combustion engine. So they had to buy about half the world's supply of platinum, and it was half the world's supply. The supply was about 1 million ounces short. We were anticipating 7 million ounces last year. We only got like 6.2 million ounces. And Impala Mine laid off about 20% of their workforce and sold 2 of their mine assets because they are fixing to go to bankruptcy. So the supply of platinum, if there's not a new platinum mine open up on this planet, is fixing to be dropped by 20%. Thank God you've got Neil to tell you about Clean Minerals, a Canadian company up in Canada that just discovered and is going to be mining in April or May, pulling a bulk core sample of the newest platinum vein discovered on the planet. And it's only 400 yards below the earth, to where in South Africa, they have to go on underground 2,200 meters, which is a 2,000 meter extra expense on travel time, paying employees, running the extension cord lines, running your oxygen, running your cooling system, and pulling out your ore, which is very expensive, about a mile extra going down. And this end of this spring in Thunder Bay, Canada, Clean Air Metals is going to be producing platinum on the North American continent, taking the control of platinum away from South Africa and BRICS. Because BRICS, South Africa is fixing to lose the second largest platinum producer on the planet, and North America is fixing to gain it. That's what I have to say for platinum. And that means the price manipulation ends. Got platinum. Okay, let me go back to the rest of the people. Sorry on that rant. Let's see. Will they consume baking soda? No, they will run like wildfire as soon as they sense it. So if you already have it inside, like when you replace the light socket or lights, wall sockets for your plugins, take and throw some baking soda, and any cracks you have open, throw some baking soda in there. Outside your house, where your pipes come in, put baking soda, shove it up in there. Only rats will come in. Mice will not come in. Finn, mice don't fart. The kittens fart bad enough. Yes, they do. Chad, there's like a timeline for platinum deficit. Same with silver and gold. Well, that changed as far as when they were going to mine out platinum. That changed because they found a new vein of platinum, so that changed that timeline. The same thing will happen for gold and silver. It's all economically based. You got to know what information is based off of economics and what information is actually factual information. And as far as copper goes, there's shitloads of copper all over the world. I did a show probably 6 months ago, Democratic Republic of Congo. They had a little tremor, a little bit of rain. These 100 dudes were on one side of this river, and the other side of the river, the mountain started to slide, falling into the river, and it exposed a green-colored rock. It was fucking almost pure copper. This fucking huge ass fucking thing is like, So we're not going to mine copper in America anytime soon until that starts running out. You got to understand economics, like supply and demand. Okay, we're going to use to stay in control. We're going to buy other people's minerals. Bottom line, we're going to use them up, and then we'll only dig our own when we need to. So that way we keep our reserves high and everyone else is low. That way we stay in control. Been doing it for 50 years. Now it's time that we have to mine our own. Everyone in the world's 50 years supply short. America's just starting to mine our own. Does that mean we're going to be world leaders? Long-term economic strategy. 50 years ago was implemented. Well over 50 years ago. That's what I saw in Gerald's part of the country, world, where he was born in the Australia area about 2 years ago. And I did a show on this where all the miners in that part of the world got together and had a conference, World Mining Conference or something, the Indo-Asia World Mining Conference or something like that, about the destiny and future of mining in that region of the world. And every miner was invited so they could determine the direction of the future of mining for the next 20 years. No politician was invited except Trump. Little indicator. Chad, they only have like estimated $3 trillion worth of resources. They're not that big. America has $62 trillion worth of resources. But as I just said, we always like to use other people's resources. So if we were to be able to grab Greenland, we could access that resource. And also for defense of the free world, have that northern boundary covered for Europe that no other country can afford to do except for America. So if everyone wants to leave the back door open for their enemy, yeah, sure, America will stay out, but we're damn sure going to fucking take Canada in that point in time because we're going to have to arm their East Coast to make up the difference. So it's one or the other. And that's why we did land grab, and I did a couple of videos on this. It was in the Pacific. 2 times the size of Texas, under the water land grab. And then within 2 months, we discover a new style of fucking rock down there at 2,000 meters beneath the ocean that creates oxygen and a whole new ecosystem that we never knew existed. Wow, the biological, medical, and technological advances going to be made off of that are going to be astronomical. And America owns 80% of it with the land grab that no one in the world, they were like, yeah, take it. We have nothing to do with it. We don't care. And what it is we own the land underneath the Pacific. The maritime law still exists where the water, the fish, and everything is still free range. Anyone can fish it and everything like that. But the resources from the North American continental shelf, we took ownership of all of the land within a certain distance of any American territory as U.S. territory. all the way up through Alaska, close to Russia. Russia didn't bitch. They were like, yeah, it's yours. Biggest land grab we've ever done without a war. It's miraculous. And it's very resource rich, very biodiverse, resource rich. And America owns 80% of it. You know what we're doing? We're going to let the rest of the world take that 20% and see what the fuck they do with it. And then when there's none left and they find out how valuable it is, we'll own it all. Hey, do you think America's going to be the world's leader? I do. I know we are. I see all the moves being made now. I see all the other countries being stupid, wanting that first bite. And it's like, no. Okay, no, let them have it. Let them have it. Take it, guys. Take that first bite. Get your little resource-rich profit margin going for a year or two. After that, you'll be sucking off the U.S. tit forever. Well, not forever, ever. Forever, ever. Nah, not forever, ever. About 50 years, 80 years, maybe 100. Good enough for us to keep us in control. And, strategic waterways. Hello, I saw that. You know what strategic waterways are? It's Russia putting out 3 of the largest nuclear-powered icebreakers on the planet, giving them a total of 34 icebreakers to keep the Northern Passage open 12 months a year, or year-round for the rest of us. And they've already, 2 or 3 years ago, reopened their World War II docks and ports that they had and renovated them up in the Arctic. And they built one new one. Already done. No one talked about it except for Neil's on Dynasty. So let me ask you, what is the economic advantage that Russia will have when they can reduce shipping costs, reduce manpower, reduce fuel, reduce time, and reduce insurance on shipping by 30%? Who's going to lead the world in the shipping? Looks like Russia's taking China and kicking them in the ass, huh? 30 seconds. Need to get some milk on my tea. And just an FYI for y'all's information, when companies' costs drop, prices go down. If you want to know how prices might go down in the future, because if companies are saving 30% on shipping and distribution, you're going to see a 15 to 20% drop in prices. Just a heads up. Just so in case you hear people say, oh yeah, prices are going down. You'll be like, how the fuck is that going to happen? Oh yeah, Neil told me. Yeah, he's right. They probably will. And the reason why energy prices are going to be 70% cheaper than they are right now by 2030 is because NNE and OKLO, and that other micronuclear energy company, because they're going to be taking companies off of the power grid, and the power grid's still going to carry as much power. So what's that cause? Hold on. Supply and demand. Oh yes, supply and demand curve. There's going to be too much supply and not enough demand. So what happens? Price falls. So the average retail consumer is going to see a price reduction in energy costs by 2030 by 70%. Simple math. If you know what's coming, the new technology is coming, you can make those kind of predictions. They're not actually predictions. They're actually going to happen. So it's not a prediction. It's a fact. And I just laid out for you how it's going to happen. And I didn't even pay $400,000 for college to figure that shit out. Bye. Kramer. Sorry, let me get rid of that. Close but different. I know you hate my vocal vocabulary. I like cheese and applesauce. It's like Burkina Faso. Freudian tongue slip. Ain't nothing better than cheddar and applesauce. Man, that shit tastes good together. It might be a stoner thing. So, what else are we talking about, guys? What else are we talking about? Let's see. What can we talk about here? Treasure. Nambia. See, I got a Scottish, Italian, Yankee, Southerner influences to my language, so it's kind of my voticular, I think is the word, or vocalization of my vocabulary can be interesting. And it'll change too. If I were to go to like a Scottish or Irish bar for 2 or 3 nights, you'd hear a change in my accent and everything. It just naturally happened. I'd fall back into the Scottish twang, I guess you'd call it. See, I got it right. It's not Nambia. Nambia. Does anyone want to come up? Well, I wonder where the hell JM is. I haven't seen JM in like a month. Oh. It's almost as good as chocolate. Clean air metals per platinum miner. If you look at Impala miners, as we were just discussing, they were the second largest. But when their stock was $40+ a share, they were paying like $1 a share in dividends. Clean Air Metals made the newest and only discovery of platinum on this planet. Impala is going away. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So you can presume that in several years, if not sooner, that Clean Air Metals, the newest platinum miner on the planet, will be paying dividends on the stock price. Right now, their stock price is 4 pennies. So I would suggest, as a funny thing, to at least throw $400 at it and get yourself a couple thousand shares, because in a couple of years, if it pays $1 a share dividend, that'll be damn near your best residual income investment you've made in your entire fucking lifetime. That's for platinum miners. Okay, now let's go to silver miners. You're going to find, because of nuclear energy and micronuclear reactors, that northern Canada is going to explode with new discoveries or openings of mines as soon as they start selling these micronuclear reactors to these companies and they get them out there. And that's what, hey, what's up, Duran? So that's what I think about the opportunities. The opportunities for the miners that are out there now are going to be different than the opportunities of the new miners, because the new miners coming out are going to be new generation miners. They're using micronuclear reactors to power their whole operation in unique locations that can't be accessed right now by conventional electricity transfer lines. So the profit margin is going to be a lot higher. Whole dynamics of running a mine profit-wise, it's going to change. Because if you have one mountain range within like 2 valleys, and 2 companies buy 1 micronuclear reactor and run off of it, producing 2 different types of minerals. And they can get a return on their investment within 3 years for that power plant. That power plant's going to be good for 20. So they're running at a carbon neutral, 0 cost for electricity mining operation. How many mining operations are out there right now like that? That's the future mines. I don't know what's that tell you about the miners that are out there now. They're not going to go away, but they ain't going to be world leaders. Barrick's already, Barrick, number 1 world leader of the gold miners. Their production, I think, is down like 15% because they lost the Sahel region with Mali gold mining because they were like stealing and they got kicked out. And that was Barrick. It's like the number 1 or number 2 gold miner in the world. And they're losing market share. So what I'm saying is not bullshit. No one has. Durand. Not in my bedroom. Now, I was at a Silver Symposium 2 Octobers ago, and there was a couple people there that are not here currently, but were at the Silver Symposium that I met. Because they were cleaning house, and there's 3 billionaires that are running it now, or basically the biggest backers. They wanted to get rid of, they wanted most control, so they made moves like business people do who can afford to wait a couple of years when the smaller guys can't, and basically priced guys out through waiting. Also, their bullshit, basic business shit, and got major control of it, and have increased the project from where expectations back in 2021 where they were going to be mining within a year or 2, which didn't happen. And it chased out a lot of money, and the stock started going down because the rich guys wanted to buy more of it, because those 3 billionaires want to own the newest platinum mine on the planet, because it's going to make them probably trillionaires. Kinky Master Jefferson, what's up? No, I am not. That's a weird question to ask right off the bat, seeing I've never been in here before. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of you. That's weird. Does anyone else think that was weird? Oh, I banned him. It's too late. Pretty much. Dude, if you saw how fast fucking Economic Ninja's fucking chat rolled, all the other moderators are shocked that I can keep up with it. And yet I moderate his show solo all the time. Actually, 2 days ago, I banned Economic Ninja from his own show. It was a fake Economic Ninja, but the guy's name was Economic Ninja. And when I banned him, it went through the chat. Everyone saw Economic Ninja was banned by Neil. I got shit. Huh. I guess I attract all kinds, brother. Quiet, Silver. But anyhow, yeah, back to being the ninja chat thing, I come to a real quick conclusion on whether I ban people or I let it ride. And that was a quick I gave it about 15 seconds of contemplation, tried being nice, and thought, well, Neil, this is not going to end well, so just end it now. Seemed rather appropriate. Actually, I'm too quick. There's this one cat. Oh. That means people are getting notified. That's a good thing, right? That's how I know if you're cool or not on my show. You're not a mod. No, I think I said it to her. I was like, I haven't seen you before. I might not have said you're not a mod. Very few people come on that aren't mods. I don't know how you can do that shit, have more than one account. I get flustered with the computer as it is. I couldn't have more than one account. I don't even like having one account. Well, I do know here locally, actually here in Vallejo, I think I did a 2-minute short on it. Guy got busted, had 32 terabytes of child pornography that he was distributing online and shit here in Vallejo. His ass got busted about 2 months ago or a month ago here in this town. Wow, that's a quick mover. Fuck me, man. Come on, there we go. Every time I hit the three buttons to get rid of him, he'd fucking say again, move. I have to redo it again. That's why I didn't get rid of him faster. Sorry, guys. 2 out of 8 gone, though. So we're at 20%. Don't have to deal with him for much longer. We'll have all his accounts banned. I like it when I have the munchies and I eat health food. How many stoners out there, get the munchies will eat cheese and applesauce? Applesauce actually takes care of the cotton mouth. One, that's right. I always take too big a hit. Ooh, applesauce and Doritos. Good call, bro. That's a very good call. I do enjoy that one as well. I hardly ever eat chips. But I do like every now and then I'll do like grilled ham and cheese, stick Doritos in it, squish it up. Man, that shit's good. Man, let me tell you what. This chat needs to quit moving so I can do that. Wow. Damn. How the hell did you do it twice in a row? That was kind of cool. Yeah. I just get mad when people try to stop me and I do it more. So that's a bad thing to try. If you want me to stop doing what I'm doing, don't fucking try and stop me. It'll encourage me to do it more. Funny thing about humans, I find is everyone attaches sex to everything. They don't understand that some people can not like solely be attached to something in their life, and they'll have other things that are so much more, several things that are so much more important. So I don't know, it's weird. But that's why we have so much fucking porn and child sex and fucking sex slavery and shit, because of that mentality. I don't fall into that mentality. I actually chose celibacy back in 1996. I gave up drinking and I gave up sex in 1996 when I came out here to California. And I don't feel bad about that decision whatsoever. Although it does freak people out. They're like, you gotta be gay. You gotta be this. No, that's how you think. You don't give people the freedom to be who they want to be, so you think that for them and you put that on them. And I've lived my whole life people putting shit on me like this. Man. Well, let's see, that's 6 or 7, so I think we've got 3 more if they have 10 accounts. Is that 5? Okay, so we got 5 more to go. That's cool. So I don't get things. You don't get upset, bro. Never get upset. If you get upset, that means they're winning. Oh yeah, definitely. There's a lot of people, keyboard warriors that are out there that can do all kinds of shit. It's the biggest form of cowardice out there, actually. Exactly. Tools will be tools. It's like I say all the time, small minds talk about people. Great minds discuss ideas. So I don't, people, whatever. Yeah, just be kind, helpful, and grateful. That's all you can hope to be, and have fun. Because once you die, you can have no more fun. That's one guarantee. Death takes away all the fun out of life. Hey, I might go with that with the slogan. Death kills the fun. You've been smoking a lot tonight, Thuran. Yeah, and it's not productive. It does nothing to elevate anybody, in my opinion. And that's why I don't talk about other people. Like someone was, and I had to time them out on Ninja's show, and they wanted to talk about Ninja's show on my channel. I was like, no, dude, that's just not Ninja's show. It's my show, and we ain't talking about other people's stuff on my show. It's just, separate the bullshit. I have a job to do on that show. I do it, It's just how it is. I'd rather get stoned. I'd rather hold a toke of weed than talk shit about someone. Because holding that toke of weed will do me more good. I enjoy life. talking about getting upset. What's the use, man? Name one positive thing other than, okay, let me disclaimer here. In a physically volatile situation, no matter what, whether it be war or whatever, minus that, where does negativity come in help you? Where does not being positive win? I can't think of one. Nah, you got to be kind, helpful, grateful. Yeah, there's no reason to be negative. It's too easy to be negative. Weak men are negative. Strong men are positive because it is too easy to be weak or to be negative. It's the easy route. Another hippie talking. That's right, brother. Unfortunately, you're not going to be around. Cervix. Hey, isn't that a drug that Pfizer sells? Cervix? I think it is. No, I gotta Google that. I think it's a drug. Now I gotta turn my light on. How did he spell it? Cervix? CER. Nope, it's not a drug. He did that on purpose. Boy, that guy is like, woo, out there. That's why I did the disclaimer in violent situations. They say psychologically that sandbagging is a bad thing for your health. But if you take the negativity that people give you and you actually sandbag it, because like you're an MMA fighter or something like that, or you're going to war or something like that, you can take and sandbag all those emotions, those negative emotions, and actually get a good fucking release while taking it out on someone else. It's a bad thing, but it's a good thing in the same aspect. Yeah, man. Fuck putting people in the corners, man. Everybody. If people didn't spend so much time bringing everyone down and they spent that time elevating people, just imagine what this world would look like. That's all I can say. And it's a personal choice, and it goes beyond your economic standing. So what be happenings? What are we talking about now? See, I'm the exact opposite, Gerald. I spent 30 years in the iron worker where, well, shit, ain't no one around us but us. If you're building a high-rise building, as a matter of fact, there's special rules and laws specifically for high-rise buildings or the work because of safety and all this other shit. Other trades have to stay 8 to 10 floors down from us. They cannot work near us. I love that. It's like a feeling of power when you can go up, say, no, you can go up to a superintendent and say, what are you doing on my floor? You're an electrician. This is within 10 floors of the erection floor. You're not allowed up here. Get the fuck off my floor. And they have to leave for safety. It's empowering. I love it. Oh, that's so good. I like think opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, but I'm the only one that's right. But I could be wrong. Yeah, 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 yeah. It comes natural for me to say that. I didn't think about people putting their mind in the gutter over that one, but yeah, it's the erection floors. The first two, the high. It takes us 1 week to erect 2 floors on the high rise. And that's including jumping the crane. So you can take it as a sexual thing for sure. And there's different type of cranes actually too. We use derrick cranes where the crane comes out the center of the building and uses the building as the counterweight. And then you have tower cranes that we attach to the outside of the building and jump. And those cranes you'll see it like you'll see a 40-story building and the crane only occupy 8. The skeleton of the tower crane only apply to the top like 8 floors and have nothing underneath it because it's attached to the building and it can still be used as a tower crane without all that extra extension of steel and shit. And it crawls. Then you got to disassemble it and it crawls its way down and you got to take it down those floors. It takes a while. I've done that before. That's kind of fun. No, I know it's not. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. I'm a very happy person. I appreciate that. And thank you for noticing. Wow, if this chat keeps moving, I cannot fucking take care of this shit. Quit fucking moving, chat. Thank you. Ah, damn. The election day. It's election day. Did a bad Oriole. So there's 4 more to go, guys. Sorry about that. I've never been hit so hard by trolls, I guess. It's all good. He ain't got another life, man. You know, if you ain't got a wife, you ain't got a life. What are you gonna do? I guess fuck with other people. It's all good. Maybe it's getting me views. Each one I ban, YouTube will count as a view. Use it to my advantage. Positive thinking, positive thinking. So what else you guys want to talk about? What we got going right now? There's 10 people here and only 3 people talking. Yeah, you know, I don't get mad at people like that, dude, because like exactly what's their life really got to be like for them to choose to sit in front of a fucking computer and fuck with someone else on some channel that's meaningless? It's like, wow, that's sad, bro. That's really sad. You're looking at fun with it. Yeah, I never had to deal with women's anatomy in my medical trainings. I was a combat medic. We didn't focus on women's parts, so that one caught me. But it was familiar to me, and I associated it with a drug, but it was actually a female part, which was interesting. Yeah, hey, you guys, if you accidentally hit each other or something, you're all blue, so you really shouldn't be able to knock each other off the channel. But I actually had problems get rid of one of the 7 because I'll click on the 3 dots and then chat moves up and you hit the fucking wrong thing. It happens. It's an accident. I don't know how. I don't think you guys can't time each other out, so it doesn't matter. You guys are crazy. It's all good. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Don't let it get you down. It's not worth that. It's not worth the negative energy. Don't spread the negative. Don't allow the negative energy to spread. Find a positive out of it and take a chuckle. It's all good. It's all good in Hollywood. That's the way I see it. That's the way you should see it, because I'm a happy-go-lucky kind of guy. 56, fixing to be 57. Not looking too bad. I don't go for violence or any of that crap. I don't go put up with bullshit either. Just live a good life and don't let shit get to you, man. Everybody's going to be their own self, and they've got to deal with their own self. You ain't got to deal with it. They have to. What's up? What's up, Teresa? What's up, Chad? Excuse me, Gerald. Excuse me, goddamn, JM. I have to change over here because of, where is it? There she is. Quit moving, chat. That's mod. There we go. I think I got you there, Teresa. I went ahead and changed your color for you because you look kind of drab. Should be blue now. Yeah, there you go. Because I know you. Everyone I know on this chat, I try to make a moderator just in case we have dickheads like this one guy who's been consecutively hitting us here tonight. So where are you guys coming from? Wow, that was fucked up. Holy shit. How did I do that? Whoa. Damn, that sucks. Wasn't paying to what I was doing. I put the fucking rolling paper in backwards. I blame Independent Mini. No, Silver. There we go. It worked right that time. Come here, you big baby. Come here, you big baby. Ugh. This is the loud ass Silver. Huh? You the loud ass? Yes. I just want some lovin's. I just want some lovin's. Oh shit, you again? Come on, seriously, person. All good. It's all good. We with Silvers. We with Silvers. Is anyone coming backstage? Cool. Does he look like he's got some Siamese in him? Someone scratching in there? Who's scratching? Is it your scratch and pull they're hitting? He is. He's a cuddle bunny. Yes, he is. He's a cuddle bunny. 101 degrees. Nice little furnace. Now he's gonna get upset and meow. Get me back up there. I want back up there. Told you. Meow. All my babies are cute. If they're not cute, I throw them out. Luckily, I think every cat's cute, so it's all good. That's why I have so many. I wanted to make sure I wasn't racist, so I got one of every color. I guess that's the way to look. I got a gray one, I got a white one, I got a black one, I got a black and white one, I got a calico, a tabby, I got a calico. I got a hey. That was the black and white one, Dixie. She's a big girl too. She probably just kicked fucking what's his name's ass a little bit there, Silver, because she doesn't like him meowing either, and she gets Popsy. You ought to see the outside cats, bro. I got black and white, tabby, gray and white, gray, and then some weird kind of almost tabby, but it's got spots that are like sort of underneath the tabby. It's a weird looking cat, but I feed them. They're all good. Yeah, baking powder chases away mice. You ought to research it, Google it. Here, fuck, I'll Google it for you. I'll put it up on the screen. There we go. Hold on a second here. Let me share screen. Share screen. And yeah, there we go. That one there. No, mice are not attracted to baking soda. And in fact, it can be used as a natural mouse deterrent or even a method to kill them, as the reaction between baking soda and their stomach acid can cause discomfort or harm. Basically, mice, mice dislike strong smells and baking soda, while not a strong smell in itself can be used in combination with other deterrents like peppermint and cayenne. Yes, here we go. Does baking soda kill mice? Chemical reaction. Come on, dude. Yes, I'm not a freaking robot. Give me my verify. I'm verified. Get me out of here. Come on. I'm not a robot. Come on. I'm a human. Wow. It did take me to the spot. Now I got to look for it again. What the hell? All right, here we go. Once ingested, the stomach of the acid reacts with the baking soda, releasing carbon dioxide gas buildup. Since mice cannot burp or vomit to release gas, it can build up in their digestive system, causing discomfort and potential fatal blockages. And the mice know this. So the mices do not like it. I've actually seen it. There was a mouse trapped by a cat out back, and I took some baking soda and shook it over the little hiding spot where the mouse is. That son of a bitch jumped about 8-10 inches up in there and took off running, knowing there was a cat waiting for it, and it still wanted to get away from baking soda. I took that as a distinct sign that it did not like the baking soda more than it did not like the cat that wanted to eat it. So I took it as poisonous to him. That possibly true. I've not heard. It's been so long. I can't say with 100% that I recall hearing the same thing, Jam, with the Irish soap, but I do remember hearing something about Irish soap. I don't recall the actual use case for it other than to wash. A kitten knitting. Where's Indy? She's still here. She just hop in again and run out the back door. She do a drive-by. Silver, why are you so loud? Are you just genetically born to annoy me? Yeah, it could be the smell because they said peppermint also works for mice. So different certain aromatics would work. Learn the code or run a node. Lurking. No, what that means is you got your computer on and you're out playing with your kids and you're living your life with this computer on, giving me watch hours, which I appreciate. It's all good in the hood. And I actually do suggest stopping by Independent Mary's for her chat because I'm usually on the panel. Self-plug. No, I'm kidding. She also does about 3 hours of music. Her independent artists around America or around the world, actually, that get onto her channel to display and promote their music. That about sum it up, Jam? Was I right on that one? It's also karaoke. I guess not just for musicians that are promoting their music. It's for people who want to just promote their singing, or also people promoting their work in the form of CDs to purchase and concerts to go to, kind of thing. So it's a broad range of musical artists. That's funny, Wealth. I like the talking part, the chat more. You're not a bot. Okay. Spell bot. I'm kidding, of course. Yeah, it will, Wealth of Nations. There's a lot of good uses for baking soda. If you have a baking soda and Epsom salt to a very hot bath, it is a detox of heavy metals out of your system. So if you have like a lot of aluminum from like underarm deodorant use and you don't want to get Alzheimer's disease as you get old, you soak in this bath. And that's just one use of baking soda and Epsom salt in a bath. That's one of the heavy metals that'll actually pull out of your body, because naturally anything your body does not take in naturally, it wants to excrete either through sweat, vomit, tearing out of the nose, the eyes, the other end. And what it can't do, then it's got I think it's your pancreas that holds all that gunk in you, and half of your immune system's around that, keeping you alive, because that's the stuff that your body couldn't discard any other way. So anytime you can help your body get rid of things that aren't natural to your body, it's obviously a health benefit to you. Dude, like I said, so if you go to my Facebook page, I have a chart, and you'd have to look for it. It's been a while. I think it's like 20 uses of baking soda, from garden, like you said, to health benefits, lowering. I think it lowers your pH in your body if you take like a. Don't quote me on this one. I think you take a tablespoon of baking soda, put it in a glass of water, stir it around, and it helps lower your pH, your body's pH. But don't quote me on that. I do believe also if you do the same with apple cider vinegar, it'll raise your body's pH. And that also, if you know anything about if you know about holistic medicine or your own body, I might get a strike now, guys. You will find out that your pH can affect diseases in your body. You can actually kill diseases in your body by raising or lowering your pH. For example, is tumors only grow in 6.9 to 7.2 pH, a high pH. So if you lower the pH of your body, because it's living in your body, if you lower the pH of your body, it kills the tumor. But modern medicine won't tell you that because they don't make money off of it. And here comes the strike. Yeah. No, I have not actually. Today will be the second day I have not seen him. For anyone knows, Good Morning Stackers, he's from Australia, comes on about between 2 or 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. So adjusted time, I think East Coast would be 6 or 7:30. But he's out of Australia, so it's morning to him. He does a very good charts analysis on lots of things. I saw Tony. She was on my chat the other night, so I'm sure he's doing fine. She said nothing. Yeah, so if tumors grow at 6.9 to 7.2, you need to adjust your pH because your own body is out of balance, and that's why it's growing, because tumors are not natural in the body, so something's wrong. And adjusting your own personal pH, which you can do at the house for no money. Well, no, you have to buy some stuff, but it's cheaper than chemo. Trust me. Thank you, JM Unleashed. And I saw Pete. Pete was in my live stream yesterday. Where's the bot? I haven't seen anyone. Yeah, if I don't see him, you guys take care of him. I appreciate the hell out of it. All of your blue meanies and have the ability. Yeah, Pete and Repeat. I saw him just yesterday. Yes, that's why I suggest replace as much sugar in your life with natural local honey. And if that doesn't totally work for you, get cane sugar, not processed sugar. Use cane sugar. I actually use shitloads of sugar because of my metabolism. Oh God, I'm so fucked. But anyhow, I use cane sugar. JM, I use Canadian Gold maple. As a matter of fact, you guys are giving me a good workout tonight. Right behind the honey is the Canadian Gold. Yes, it does. There's lots of, again, not only can you use honey to help replace it. I mean, you don't have to totally cold turkey your processed sugars, but you can, like, if you do like 2 tablespoons, do 1 and put a little honey in there, make it a local honey. It's a 2-for-1 because local honey helps with allergens for sure. You're getting a health benefit 2 for 1 because you're getting allergen relief and you're lowering the amount of processed sugar in your body. Oh no, honey is nectar of the gods. And it's been known, that's a name of honey throughout history and many cultures and time period documented in script. It's nectar of the gods. And to prove that point, I think in Egypt, they found a 3,000-year-old tomb that had edible honey. Lasted 3,000 years and it was still edible. So honey is definitely, and the benefits to your system, your body for honey. Oh man, dude, honey and bread. I can see how people could live and be healthy off just honey and bread. You'll get most all your antibacterials and everything that you need out of the honey and the bread. And you could go days with just, and be healthy and not hungry just with honey and bread. Texas toast with honey or Canadian maple syrup as far as French toast. But is she going to bed? Who's going to bed? Wealth of Nations going to bed? It's like 12:30 there, so it's Monday morning. I like Canadian maple syrup, though. I just do. It's psychological. Same trees grow both sides, but yeah. And if I had a maple tree, I'd probably draw my own syrup just because. But other than that, I like the Canadian. Sweet, Thurand. Fucking excellent, brother. Best health decision you've made, man. Within 2 years, your lungs will be almost as healthy as they were before you started smoking. And within 7 years, they'll be 100% the same as they were before you started smoking. And if you do breath exercises, you can increase your lung capacity while not smoking. How you do that is by doing a slow, as much as you can, 10-second inhale through the nose, doing a mental count of up to 10, and then hold it for 10, and then do an exhale through the mouth, 10 seconds, as much as close to 10 seconds or 10 count as you can do. And then hold it out for 10 seconds and then repeat as many times as you can. It's a lung exercise that helps smokers increase their lung capacity to where you can breathe a full breath of air and get all the benefits of the oxygen getting into your blood cells and all the blood cells going around doing their job, taking out the toxins and increasing your general health. Hell yeah, man. I tell you what, Thuran. One of my boys from Florida, Alabama, sent me this awesome bottle of wine. It's a local Southern American wine. And I'm going to drink to your 15th day of non-smoking. To help you celebrate. Cheers, my friend. Teach his own, brother. It was 15 days, Gerald. $15 days of non-smoking. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome, dude. The first two are actually the physical, chemical effects that you'll get. After that, it's all psychological. Nectar of the gods is honey. But I guess Crown Royal if you drink. Actually, I had. I had a Crown Royal bag somewhere around there, but then I cleaned up and I don't remember where the fuck I put it. C'est la vie. Quiet, Silver! That's why I think he's half Siamese, because that's a Siamese meow. And he kind of has the look in his eyes. They're kind of like that cross-eyed look that fucking Siamese have. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Stay away from Chloe. Honey, man. I'm telling you, bro. Like I said, it was not exactly 3,000 years, but approximately 3,000-year-old tomb in Egypt was uncovered. And it's good enough that it was buried with the pharaoh. Honey was, and the honey was still edible after approximately 3,000 years. And it was a good enough of a tribute, along with all the gold and silver and everything else they buried with the pharaohs. They put honey, so it's obviously they held it in high esteem even 3,000 years ago. And actually, 3,000 years ago, it should have been held in higher esteem because the extraction techniques for honey would have been a lot more painful. It would have been a hell of a lot more painful. I saw actually up until a little over about 160 years ago when Langstroth developed the Langstroth's hive system that's actually harming all the bees nowadays. They used to use Wicca, I think it's Wicca baskets for honeybees and honey extraction. And they were about 3 foot tall Wicca baskets that you pull apart, totally fucking break the hive in half to extract the honey. So that's why way back then honey was actually more expensive than it is now, because the extraction techniques are a lot better. Yeah, well, at the price of cigarettes, it would be 3 days of smoking gets you an ounce of silver, approximately, depending on what you smoke. Gerald sent me a link. I left like 10 messages on that link telling those guys to contact me, giving them saying different statements about honeybees, and then tell them to contact me. So hopefully they'll contact me. It's also directly linked to where you live and how much floral you have available for them to eat in that area. Because I noticed like last year, my neighbor and I have a shitload of rosemaries, and there wasn't that many honeybees last year. And then last winter, after the season of rosemaries was over, I planted faba behind the rosemary, making them bloom more. And this year, they're blooming more, and I can walk back by them and I hear that bzzz, that electrical line sound, knowing that there's shitloads of bees this year, where last year there wasn't. But the bloomage is a lot better on the rosemary this year than last year. So that could, not saying it is, but that could be a factor, or it is a factor and could be the case. Right on, Theran. I'm 2 sips ahead of you, brother. And I'm sure we're probably even on the, well, I'll just say we're even on the smoking. I woke up and smoked a bowl, and this is like my fifth bowl, I think, of the day. Fourth or fifth. It's hard to keep track. Well, I don't know, what they're doing as far as that goes. But I do know that my beekeeping system, my proof of concept prototype that I've worked for 2 years, it actually is a working model prototype. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles on it that I want, but it's a concept prototype model that I worked to prove the concept of all of my beekeeping designs that and practices that I came up with, changed from the system that they teach guys who become beekeepers nowadays. Excuse me. When it's in its completed form and all the bells and whistles are on it, bees will have what they don't have hardly the availability of now, which is the availability to turn on their immune systems. So any problems that we're having with bees right now, it's one of the more important ones. I don't know if it's a major one. One of the more important ones is they do not have their immune systems turned on, and I know how to solve that through my system. It incorporates the remedy for that, shall we say. It doesn't solve it, but it allows the bees to have the opportunity to solve that for themselves by what's incorporated with my complete system. Jan, why don't you get your ass up here? See, again, Wealth of Nations, my hive design, the Southern hive design, helps prevent that, because right now the Langstroth system, if you were to use any of the chemical solutions or any of the solutions that are out there right now to get rid of the varroa mite, what happens is you have about that far from the bottom of the Langstroth hive to the beginning of the comb. So the bee will get rid of the mite. The mite will fall down to that bottom, and the bottom encases the whole bee box. So the bee has to go down and walk through that same varroa mite, reinfesting itself as it goes outside. You see a design problem in their house called the Langstroth system. I designed that out so that way when they groom themselves and they get rid of the varroa mite, it falls to an area that they can't get reinfested. So therefore, it's not an ongoing problem. It might be a problem, but they can handle problems. What they can't handle is reinfesting problems. And the design of the hive itself is allowing for a reinfestation of a varroa mite. As soon as it gets wiped from one bee, it can land straight on another. How are they? They're spending like 20 hours trying to get rid of one fucking varroa mite off of 2,000 fucking bees because of the design of the box. Sorry. I mean, it's the stupidity of fucking humans, man. Sorry, let me catch up with chat here. Yeah, they did. They found it was a new form of, well, not new, it's old, obviously, but to us, new form of wheat that we hadn't genetically altered in a long. Actually, I don't think we ever genetically altered it. It died out on its own. Hey, there you are. Sweet. Now if I get my cursor to work, there we go. Now we got the great GM Unleashed.
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, I just got bored up here by myself, man.
Hey,
Then I started that glass of wine. You guys just don't know how quick I will start slipping on maintaining control of my mouth with just one glass. So I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, I think this is probably the first time I've ever seen you drink.
It is. That's why special. The Thuran said he wanted to celebrate for his 15th non-smoking.
That's a worthy reason.
I think so, man. Smoking is such a horrible fucking thing. God. Anyhow, I'm glad you quit.
Wealth of Nations is getting stung. Wealth of Nations is getting stung by yellow jackets. What's the best way to get rid of them?
Yeah, yellow jackets or hornet's nest killer. And if you want to find out where their nest is at, get some bologna or something and stick a small piece out, small like a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch piece, because they're carnivores. That's why it hurts. They don't actually sting. They're actually eating you alive. They're carnivores.
Like horsefly, like they actually take it.
Yeah, they're carnivores. They're little fucking piranha with wings. So you take a little piece of meat and they'll grab it and they'll take it back to their home. And typically it'll be in the ground somewhere, and you find out where that's at, and then you spray the poison around there and you kill most every one of them. That's how you get rid of the Wealth of Nations. Now, if they're infesting your beehives, what I would suggest is you change up and use the Sutherland. What the fuck happened? Did you drop JM? Yeah, I guess JM dropped. You use the Sutherland system. And my system incorporates in the entryways a different entryway from the Langstroth system. It has holes about 1 inch round, and I use a 2x6 on the front, so the hornet has to call through about 1.75 inch hole, and it only needs 3 honeybees on the inside instead of a lot like 27 to 30 to protect the entryway. And those 3 honeybees go in and stop it from moving forward, send out the pheromones. Couple other honeybees coming from the other side, and the way the honeybees kill the hornets is they surround it and flap their wings, getting up to 103-degree temperature, which basically fries the hornet or the yellow jacket alive, and then they just take the carcass out. But they don't have that option if the Langstroth saw. Langstroth saw hive has about 5/8 of an inch wood, and the bottom and the opening is like that, and the wasp or hornet goes in, cuts straight up, and it has about 3/4 of an inch before it starts getting into the brood nesting area, and instantly starts chopping heads off of bees before the worker bees or the security bees can get to it. It can kill 2,000 to 3,000 honeybees just by the design of the box. That's why I say the Sutherland system is so much better. Yeah, it's because you were eaten alive. Wealth of Nations. That's why it hurt like that. Oh, I'm sorry, brother. You're back up again. See, I told you I wasn't paying attention because I've been drinking. Look, I already finished half the glass.
No worries. Yeah, I thought I'd turn the camera on there for a second, but I've got my laptop's got a touch screen. So where I put the cover on it is like just above the screen, and so when I go to peel it off,
it turns off the computer or right on.
Yeah. Semi-fat thumb.
Fat thumb syndrome.
Hit the StreamYard tab. Yeah, exactly. Good to see everyone.
So they got more munchies now. I'm going to have to get some more applesauce and cheddar.
That looked like real cheddar too, like not your typical Kraft cheese slice or something.
No, it's good stuff. I don't stick. I try not to stick bad stuff in my body as much as possible. I do, but I try not to.
Yep, good call. Good call.
He put it there, Rand.
Puts on a yellow jacket.
That's funny.
A yellow sweater, anyway.
Damn, now I gotta go buy some more applesauce.
Hey there, Rand. Good to see you. Yeah, good to see everyone. Yeah, I think that bot that was here earlier, or the troll, is someone that's been trolling Indy for a couple of years.
Well, it doesn't matter. He blamed Indy, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I blame her for everything.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It's just a thing to do, man.
She's a convenient scapegoat. I feel like that camera's too close to my face. That's better like that.
I think this was too close.
But then I can't see the chat and everything, so I got to get my freaking mug up there.
Do about 4 foot, 3 foot. Oh, you have your chat on. Okay, I have my chat on the TV, so it's bigger. You should feel better not smoking. Your body's getting more oxygen now. Less carbon dioxide.
Yeah, your lungs will be working more easily. More efficiently. Yeah, I'm starting to notice it a bit too, the smoking catching up.
Yeah, I've been doing breath exercise. I've been doing all kinds of shit past 25 years. So other than when sometimes, like last time, recently actually, where I was experiencing breathing issues. I actually discovered I had pneumonia, so I had to order some Keflex and some other shit to take care of that problem. And now I'm breathing normal and natural again, so I'm happy. Let's see here. Let's see that one. There we go.
It's a good one.
TMI.
Yeah, I think he's talking about the chunks, coughing out the chunks, especially in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Pete.
I don't have that issue, thankfully.
We got Pete Repeat in the house.
Right on, Pete. Hey, where's the Good Morning Stacker been? You know, brother?
I dropped his link earlier.
Right on.
Good morning, Stackers.
Hey, Crop Duster, what's up?
Hey, Crop Duster.
Yeah, it's expensive. I'd get 3 ounces of platinum. You'd be so much wealthier. You know, speaking of psychology, this whole show's just been back and forth on psychology. If you look at, for example, what is MasterCard and Visa's number one card? They're platinum.
Oh, they're top tier?
Yeah, it's the platinum. It's not the gold.
They may have gold or a black.
They have a gold card, but they have platinum cards, and those are the best ones. Ford trucks, the best ones, the platinum edition. What was it that? There's a dishwashing detergent spin out like Palmolive or something. Their best brand is their platinum edition. So the psychology of platinum being the best, the psychology is there for throughout our lives. We see it on TV, but no one's associated platinum as the best. But yet companies are out there telling you it's the best. And then you look at like you say, you're showing right there that coin. Did you see the value on it?
Hold on. Yeah, 100.
Yeah.
Gold Eagles 50.
Exactly. So the psychology is all around us, and not too many people are picking up on it. Right now, platinum price is being manipulated. That doesn't mean it's a bad buy. It means it's a great buy because it's been manipulated to stay lower than the price of gold, because throughout history, platinum has always been twice the price, if not more than twice the price of gold, up until 2012, when South Africa joined BRICS and the One Belt Road Initiative.
I don't think it's getting a whole lot easier to mine. I haven't looked at the mining stats. Is the global mining supply of platinum increasing, flatlining?
Oh no, it's decreasing, but the supply is decreasing and the demand is increasing.
Right.
Yeah. As I stated, Impala Mines last year, the second largest platinum miner, had to sell 2 of their asset mines in Tanzania and not Tanzania, in Zimbabwe and one other country. I don't remember the other country. And they laid off 20% of their workforce, and they came up about 20% shy of the million ounces they were supposed to have added to the world supply of platinum last year, because the world supply of platinum last year was about 1 million ounces shy. They came in at 6.2 million ounces mined, and they were expecting like little over 7. And for the first time ever, China actually purchased almost half of the above ground supply of platinum for new contracts they have to build car engines for 10 different car companies. So the supply has gone down, and through technology, the need has exponentially risen to where next year, if we don't have a new mine open up, we will start to cease to exist as a technologically advanced species. That's how I know a new mine was opening up, because that's not going to be allowed to happen because our economy is controlled. And that's also the breaking of the manipulation price of platinum, because once it leaves South Africa, who controls 80% of the platinum mine, and I think Russia controls like 5%, and then miner spots throughout the world control the other percentages. As soon as the second largest platinum miner shuts down and Thunder Bay Canada Cleaner Metals starts mining and takes the spot and starts mining about 1 million ounces a year, they'll be the second largest, if not the world's first. Actually, they'll probably be the world's first largest, because if you think of the dynamics of the mining, they have to pull an ounce up from 2,200 meters below ground before they get to their ramp, as to where cleaner energy or cleaner metals, well, they, 10 meters, 20 meters, 30 meters, and they're at their ramp. So the price per ounce and the speed to get those ounces is exponentially faster and the price lower. So they should theoretically be the top platinum provider to the world by the end of 2026.
So,
which would mean their stock price will probably be $40 to $50. That's why I say buy some now, because it's only 4 cents.
I wasn't sure if I had misunderstood you. Are you saying that platinum is just as critical a metal as silver, like for industry and for
more critical for the future technologies that are going to be released to us later this year and next year? It's more critical.
Can you expand on that?
Like I said, there's going to be 10 new types of cars coming out with different power plants, all of them requiring platinum to be used in the manufacturing of those engines. What styles of engines those are, I do not have technicalities on, but I do know that China, for the first time ever, bought 2.6 million ounces of platinum so that they could fulfill their contractual agreement to build 10 types of power plant, or to build 2 types of power plants for 10 car companies. Gotcha. So there's going to be 2 new car engines that are not combustion engine car engines coming out later this year and next year from 10 different car companies worldwide. And that's new technology, and that supply, that need, that demand had never been seen before, because that technology had not come out, and it is now out. So that's why China bought almost half the world's above ground supply last year. And we were also 1 million ounces short, which left a lot of other industries on a shortfall of how much platinum they actually received that they needed. So if you want to talk about a squeeze of silver going on, there is an industrial and physical monetary squeeze going on in platinum right now that's not being reflected in its price.
Yeah, I think Wealth of Nations is right. That's what I've heard. Its number one application is for hydrogen fuel cells.
Well, that's one that I know of for sure. And there's 2 types of car power plant. I don't want to call it an engine. I call them power plants coming out that, and I imagine one of them would be like a hydrogen diesel, and probably a hydrogen electric would be the 2 power plants that I see them creating for those 10 different car companies to need 2.6 million ounces of platinum to create them. They're going to be creating thousands of those cars, tens of hundreds of thousands of those engines.
Yeah, like hybrids. I really like the idea of having 2 power plants in a vehicle. You have one in the front for the front drivetrain, and one in the back for the rear drivetrain. You know, like for example, diesel on the front, electric on the back.
There was this
Or-
one style of car I had rented when my mom was alive and came here. It was about 15 years ago, before they crushed all different competitors to Tesla. It was called, I think, Blue Earth style of a hybrid electric gas, and it gained energy from a downhill tire rotation, and braking were part of its thing, and it gave the miles per gallon depending on how lead-footed you were. If you stayed at around the speed limit, optimal gas mileage, and you took advantage of taking your foot off the gas on downhill and stuff, you could get the car up to about 67 miles per gallon. And it actually would hey, what's up, Lisa? It would make you think about it, which I thought was good, because the psychology there of, as you're driving, you're thinking about driving properly for the best, fuel mileage. It was actually kind of sort of interactive, and your fuel mileage, because when I got mad and I drove like a fucking lead foot, it dropped down to like 28. So it was definitely there was an indicator of your driving style depending on your mood, and it made you aware of that if you paid attention. So it actually encouraged better driving through that technology, which is better than just a new technology, and it wouldn't work for everyone, but it would work for enough people where it would reduce the amount of wrecks. But they abandoned that technology.
Yeah, that's right. Regenerative braking.
Yeah, that's what it was called. Yeah, thank you.
Toyota was using that quite some time ago. I don't know if they still do.
Well, they were using it because the business format of the auto industry has been pushed by the American and the Chinese government through subsidies solely to electric. So in order to get a majority of the people off of the combustion engine, both those countries were pushing the electric engine, thinking that they wouldn't give anyone a chance. They just push them on electric. The Japanese had a different plan, and they'd come up with these different plans. Like you just said, 15 so years ago, they had different models for different auto types and power plants and cars other than the combustion engine, which would reduce greenhouse gases globally according to the plan. Well, they've tried the pushing of the electric car through subsidies for 20 years, and it hasn't lowered the amount of combustion engines being sold every year. So everyone worldwide, the auto industry is shifting to the Japanese format or thought process on how to get people off combustion engine. Their format was offer 3 or 4 other power plants other than the combustion engine, and just by the number, you should reduce the amount of combustion engines purchased by 75% by just offering those numbers of differences, and the competition of those differences would not administrate you having to subsidize them with the government money. So it'd be a better, more free market economy while getting people off of the car combustion engine. And that's a Japanese plan that the auto industries are shifting to right now. And that's why China got all that platinum to make those engines, because 3 years ago, the car industry decided to make that shift. But everything that's big takes years. So that's why it's taking so long to take in action. Sorry, long-winded explanation.
There was a comment in there saying, the Rand said, Neil, I heard platinum gets dissolved with usage. So I just looked it up because I heard with jewelry and whatnot, it's superior to gold.
It's stronger and more dense, and that would mean that it wouldn't fracture apart on the microscopic level to make that possible, as much so as gold and silver. Yes.
But it can be dissolved in a mixture of nitric acid and hydrochloric acid.
And that's not something that's generally excreted by the skin.
Right.
So it's actually a better steel to have, and that wouldn't happen. It would happen to gold and silver first, because it's one of the most densest. That means it's hard. So the amount of microfracking, like what happens to gold, and why you can find particulates of gold by high banking and not find a nugget, is by that fracking off of the nugget and being deposits elsewhere. That really doesn't happen with platinum because it's too strong of a metal. It's too dense, and the rocks and the water just won't have the same effect on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that aqua regia is going to break down most metals, as Nations is saying.
And I tell you what, I'm still fascinated that the Spanish in the 1500s could have found so much platinum while they were robbing the Incans, and they couldn't melt it down because it's a higher melt value, and they thought it was just a precursor to that hadn't turned gold yet. So they labeled it and named it platina, or little silver, or what's now known as platinum. And there was so much of it that the name of the metal was given to it, but yet there is no mine for platinum down there. That just blows me away.
They got it somewhere.
That's what but no one's mining it. And it's been known about, for 600 years? And no one's down there legally, regulated mining, where the Spanish found so much of this mineral that they actually named it. And yet no one has a mine down in that area of that mineral. So where the fuck did that mineral come from, if South Africa is the only one that mined it? I have a lot of questions about platinum.
Yeah, it's not discussed very much on mainstream media at all. Like, I kind of feel like silver doesn't get much coverage either, but platinum is even less.
And it's 30 times more rare than gold. So if you go up and out of the ground ratio, it should be 30 times the price of gold.
Yeah.
And that would put it at 120,000 an ounce.
Yeah. Silver and platinum are still, I think, flying under most investors' radar.
Yeah. Not as many now that I've been talking about it for the past 3 years.
Yeah, there's definitely more people looking at it and getting into it, but still really not that many per capita.
On a small market, you need a smaller move. And then if there's not a move in price, when there's a move in purchase action, it's manipulated. And then you look for the manipulation. And if you find out one of the largest world economies was contracted to do certain things with that mineral, and they want that price at 1,000 and not 6,000 per ounce for obvious reasons, you could see where they would be the ones manipulating it. Because if they had to buy 2.5 million ounces of platinum at $6,000 an ounce, that would have been 500% more expensive for them. And the price of platinum started to go wonky, like never charted before in history, shortly after South Africa joined BRICS and signed the One Belt Road Initiative, both having Chinese activity into it. And actually, China specifically courted South Africa into BRICS for their minerals, for their exclusive minerals of, they said, diamonds, platinum, and gold. So that's what they're stealing. And then if you look at the South Africans' mining industry, their gold mining industry, over a 10-year time period, they lost $5 billion in their gold mining industry after China took over. Ain't that cool?
Yeah, and I just noticed platinum's still just shy of $1,000 an ounce.
Oh, I'd be buying the shit out of it, bro. Because what that means is if gold does go up to 4,000 before platinum makes it move, then what you're doing right now is you're buying 2 ounces of gold for $1,000. Just give it time for the ratios to normalize, because 1 ounce of platinum is worth 2 ounces of gold any day of the week in a normal market that has lasted all the way up until 2012.
Yeah, gold is usually the first safe haven for like the big investors, right? When they want risk off situation, most of them move to gold. But once gold starts really running, and it has been, then you should see overflow into silver and I think platinum too.
Well, all I can say is last time they reevaluated the gold price in, I think, 1933, the day before it happened, platinum was twice the price of gold, a little bit more. And the day after it happened, platinum was still twice the price of gold. So whatever happens to gold should happen to platinum, and platinum should be twice the price. Again, I point to South Africa as joining BRICS and the One Belt Road Initiative being the only thing keeping that from standing true. So now that there is a company out there that's going to be taking 25% of the platinum business away from BRICS South Africa, I think the manipulation of the price just changed and it'll go back to a normal. That's what I'm betting on. Especially since Clean Air Metals said they weren't going to mine unless the price went up because it was too low. So, and they already said they were going to start mining. So obviously they know the price is going to go up. I took that as an indicator.
And I think it's the West that's still been controlling the metal prices for the most part for a long time. But as industrial use and industrial demand keeps increasing globally, I think that is it's gonna get opened up a lot more. I don't know how it'll fall out.
Well, all I know is if you take the control of the mining away from a country, it doesn't control the pricing.
Right
now, South Africa controls the pricing of platinum because they produce all the platinum. Once they lose that majority, they no longer control the pricing.
Makes sense.
And they sold out to BRICS, so even their own countrymen will tell you that. But yet at the same time, there's some great shit happening for platinum where its use case is going to be highly needed. And if it goes back up to regular price, that's going to increase the price of all these new technologies coming out that are going to be using platinum. So double-edged sword. Everyone's probably going to be used to the manipulated price and not want the actual free market economy price, even though everyone else is screaming for free market economy. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I'm betting that it'll go back to a normal marketplace for a free market economy price. I could be wrong.
Yeah, you never know. I think you can predict pretty much any sort of pricing. It's just a question of when.
Exactly. There's a lot of variables on that number.
Either way, when you're pricing it in a fiat currency over the long haul, if it's a decent asset, it should be going up against a dropping fiat currency, right?
Say that again.
Well, I'll just sum it up different. I'll coin it differently. It's the currency that's dropping.
To
Value.
To a certain extent, yes, but if you replace that currency and that gold's still valued high, then no, at that point in time. And I think that's what's coming. I think we're going to lose the fiat dollar because it is losing value, and that is driving up the PM prices. But we're going to change to a more than likely, in my opinion, an asset-based dollar system. And the asset will be in the energy market because America controls the energy market of the world. So that means anything that controls the world market, if you base a dollar system off of it, then the dollar is the world market leader in that sector. And since everyone in the world needs energy, that makes that currency the world dominating currency. And that's the road America's going down. So I know we're going to have a dollar that's going to be based off of the energy market, oils, natural gas, liquefied gas, and gold, and because gold is energy as well. And,
electricity, even like nuclear.
Yeah, because of the micro nuclear coming up, there's going to be a lot of America controls the energy market of the world. I knew that before, and to prove my point, tell you anyone who might be a naysayer, when Saudi Arabia said they were going to join BRICS, everyone was like, "Oh, BRICS is winner, BRICS." I was like, "You guys are so foolish," And I got heckled. I was like, "No, Saudi Arabia is not going to join BRICS." And everyone's like, "No, they said they're going to." I was like, "Yeah, that's what they said, but they're not going to." And you know what happened? They didn't. And I knew that. And that is because it's already laid out who's going to control the energy sector of the world. And the fact that nano-nuclear energy and OKLO and that other Deep Ink came out, those are three micro and small modular reactor nuclear power plant companies, the only ones in the world. And that is the future of energy. And two of those companies are American, one of them Swedish. So I could see why Sweden's got one, because they've always been the monetary base of the world. America's got two. So that tells me we're going to be a monetary base of the world in the energy sector. And if you look at the Deep Ink style of microreactor they're creating, the style of microreactor that they're creating is a dual-use microreactor, unlike nanonuclear reactors or nanonuclear energy and OKLA's style is for pure energy production. The Deep Ink in Sweden, their style is more of a specific use case to where it creates 60 megawatts of electricity, but also creates 60 megawatts of cooling, because their system specifically is to be designed for data systems and data entry systems. In other words, large computer processing data centers, like 60 megawatts of electricity data centers and cooling. And that one micronuclear reactor is going to cover both those. So what that should tell the average thinking person is, well, if they're going to waste $100+ million on coming up with this technology, I could only imagine that there's going to be a lot of companies that are going to be needing that technology for that reason. So if a lot of companies are going to need that kind of a cooling and power generation system for their servers, what kind of future does that tell you? A digital economy. Does that not make sense? They're actually creating a technology of micronuclear reactor specifically for cooling system and electrical system for data server centers. Why would you need a fucking 60 megawatt system for a data center?
For cooling it?
Cooling and electrical. It's a specially designed micronuclear reactor, specially for. It's not one for any town to buy.
To power a supercomputer.
Pretty much.
And its cooling system.
Pretty much. And that's the future of that type of energy. And it's going specifically in two directions. The remote area and replacement of the infrastructure use case scenario where you can get off the grid or go to a remote location. And if you want to build a large micro fucking reacting data center and you want it off grid and you want it cooled, all you got to do is buy that one micro reactor. It takes care of all of that. So why are they coming up with the micro reactor that takes care of all of that unless they're going to build lots of those data processing centers? So that would lead you to a worldwide digital economy.
Yep.
Because you now have the process. You've knocked out two of the problems: a massive fucking generation of computers and their cooling system. Well, hell, we just have a new technology Neil just told me about that covers both those. Ain't that cool? So what's that say about the future? There you go. There's your business opportunity, baby. I just laid it out for you. Someone's wasting a lot of money thinking that we're going to have a digital future. And oh, by the way, it's the world's economic leader, the one who truly controls the money, Sweden.
You mean Sweden or Switzerland?
I don't know. The one that's always neutral in all the wars, that controls all the monetary systems. Is that Switzerland?
Yeah, they're so close together. I would have said Switzerland.
I don't know. It's the one that's in like Central Europe around the Alps area.
Yeah, I think they both are.
Yeah, see, the names are, it gets me. Part of my dyslexia, I guess. But it's the small one that's always been neutral in every war all the way back to the beginning of time because they're the monetary base of the fucking world economic system. And so that country never gets attacked, never gets threatened, nothing ever happens to it. They're getting a micronuclear reactor that'll be a data processing server beast. So what does that tell you about the future? Switzerland, thank you, Wealth of Nations. Switzerland. If that's their power generation source of the future, and they're the monetary leaders of the world, the ones that tell us which way we're going, that tells me we're going digital, baby. I mean, we're not giving up physical money. We're not giving up physical gold and silver. We are adding to the economy to absorb a debt load to a wider asset class for liability, which increases your asset class and lowers your liability or debt. And how do you do that? You create new technologies and innovate. So, digital, baby, digital. Looks like that's the way we're going. But that's just my estimation from what I see. You guys, make of it what you want. Maybe they're doing it so they can cool off their swimming pools in the fucking Alps. Who knows?
Well, my understanding was there was a lot of these supercomputers and data storage centers.
They need super cooling, don't they?
Well, but I heard a lot of them were actually like way up north.
Yeah.
And possibly even on the Antarctica.
Yeah, where they need micronuclear because they're all subject to diesel fuel deliveries.
Well, and where it's already cold enough.
Yeah, but they also they have to turn off power because they didn't get their diesel delivery because the snowstorm snowed out the fuel delivery for their diesel generator. Because the only way they get power is through a diesel generator until micronuclear comes around. So if you're going to do micronuclear generators for power, why not add cooling and move those things down south where you can actually have people service it a little easier and not have that issue?
Yeah. Well, that'd be cool. Like I could see them even being used for like high-rise apartment buildings. And
oh my God, 60 megawatts of cooling would cool off a couple 10, 20 or 50-story high-rises, bro. It would cool a whole shitload. 60, was it like 10 megawatt? That would be like 600,000 houses of power and 600,000 houses of cooling.
Yeah.
That's a huge city, dude. That's just not a high rise. That covers the whole county of Escambia County, Florida, as the cradle of Navy aviation, NAS Pensacola and Pensacola. And they only have 300,000. They'd have to get 2 counties to cover all that.
Well, I guess I was thinking even like a smaller reactor, right?
Yeah, but they're building 60 megawatt. They're building the larger micro reactor. They're not building
the size of a transport truck trailer.
Yeah, they're built. Yeah, and it also has the cooling feature to it. And they're actually started working hand in fist with the Nuclear Regulatory Energy Department in Idaho to fast track that system to start development and production by 2028. So everything's going to be, we'll have a physical dollar still, but it's also going to be digital by 2028. And that means if you get your quote unquote crypto or token or blockchain and you get a good one now, you're an early adopter of that system. And if you pick the right one, you're really going to profit. And that's where, research and stuff comes in handy. And that's where I wasn't a big crypto guy either, man, but I'm seeing the future by other technologies that are saying blatantly to me, hey, this is for heavy computer use, bro. What are we going to do with this kind of computer use? Does that help you get to space? No. Does it help you dig holes? No. What's it help you do? Computer servicing. Okay, so that's what it's for. Well, why would you need that? Wow. Digital system. Yep. Okay, cool. I need to drop my way of thinking because new technologies came around, new knowledge came around, and I have to adjust, adapt, and overcome. I would like to see everyone adjust, adapt, and overcome because a new system's coming.
What would you say is the top 3 problems or issues with the small nuclear reactors?
I actually don't like the small. I like the micro a lot better because innately, through just natural processes, the smaller you go, the more redundant. Excuse me.
Keep breathing.
Woo! The more redundant the safety systems are. And actually, the smaller micro reactors, it's impossible for them to overheat or pull a Fukushima because the smaller you get. The problem with nuclear always was they wanted to go large, and to go large, you had to have all these sophisticated systems to balance out the shit on large scale. But on a small scale, it works differently, and you don't have all those existential problems from upscale, and it becomes much more simpler. And it's just the smaller you go with the micronuclear, the safer it becomes. So I'm really, really down with the smaller the better, and safety's proven that too. I'd like to see fucking a micronuclear reactor the size of a battery that you could run your freaking house and your car and your outside lights and everything else. I think that'd be badass, and it would probably be the safest freaking nuclear out there. Because the smaller, the safer.
I just shared the screen because I'm not sure if you're aware of this. I was just, looking at mobile micronuclear reactors.
Mm-hmm.
This was one of the search results here. Google signs deal to build 7 nuclear reactors to satisfy all energy hunger.
What size?
So Google's even in on it.
Yeah. And they're not going with the big ones because the big ones take like 20 years of regulation.
Yeah. It doesn't say. It's a 6-minute video. I can drop the link for it.
Yeah, go ahead. Sure, yeah. Yeah, no, everyone's getting into it. And actually, Google would benefit highly from the Switzerland style of micronuclear reactor that they hope to have a prototype in 2028 of, because it'll cool their computer systems and control. Allow them to have all the electricity they need for it and cooling all in just one system. No external, nothing, no blackouts, no brownouts. And you can sell all the excess power back on grid. It's actually, it's a business. That's why I say nano nuclear. And now I'm going to add Dream Inc. from Switzerland and OKLO as the next Teslas for the energy market. Within 5 years, those boys' stocks are going to be in the hundreds per freaking share. That's how big the fucking energy requirements that are going to be needed from all these new tech, new inventions that coming up. And because of the micro and small modular reactor technology being fast tracked, we're not going to have a power issue. We're going to have an abundance of power.
Hey, Zardoz. Good to see Zardoz in the house.
It was on my last live stream. Thank you very much for showing up to all of them, brother.
Yeah, and I agree again with Wealth of Nations, right? They've already got the technology via military.
Oh my God, 50 years of safe testing.
Yeah, shouldn't be a big stretch to bring
it. It's just a matter of the government and back to Wealth of Nations statements to carry that to the next step. Why would the government give away their nuclear power secrets that run their subs? And I'll save you from thinking, because they already have a better system, so they're giving us their old one. That's par for the course. If we're getting a great nuclear power plant technology from the fucking Navy after they've had it for 50 years, that's because to them it's old tech and they've already got something better, and they need to stimulate the economy, so they're going to turn it over. Since the American public and taxpayer paid for that 50 years of testing anyhow, might as well turn it over us and let us get advantage of it, while some personal company takes and gets profit off of it, off of American taxpayer technology. There's that way of looking at it too.
It's true.
It's all about perspective. I get upset if I look at things too logically. Because quite frankly, who powers the fucking purse of the U.S. Navy's nuclear sub fleet?
Federal Reserve.
The taxpayer.
Same thing.
Exactly. So that means all that tech is we paid for it. Why is that one? Why is NNE getting the rights to profit off of that? Because
it's something else.
Economy that has to grow in a certain way in a certain time period. That's why it's a controlled growth economy. They hold shit back to certain things that happen or are ready or whatever. Then they turn it out, make it all new again, respend, redistribution of wealth. and it happens again. It's evolutionary steps in technology. You can forecast them. You guys, I mean, you have to see 20, 25 years in advance, but you can forecast them. And see, now that's the great thing, the key word that Wealth just said there. Big reactors are all in one, off reactors, so the permitting takes longer. Need standardization. And the thing that's exciting about the small modular reactor, I did a video of the company that's not NNE, but another company. And then they said what got them involved in it is because they can compartmentalize the small modular reactor, which takes about 1 or 2 acres, and they can put it together like Lego blocks of off-the-shelf stuff that's already available without any new tech being needed. Just put together components on a smaller scale of already existing tech and components. So it's no new manufacturing or no new science needed, no new regulations. And that's part of the streamlining of the small modular reactor. It's just a downsize using fewer of the same components in a modular setting of repeatable, readily available products for the industry, to where the micro reactor is actually a new tech. It's not just a innovative approach on existing nuke, which the small modular reactor, in my opinion, is. It's more of an innovative new technology in nuclear power production. And the more we downsize, the more use case we'll find for such a product, and it'll increase a lot of other things. Soon you're going to find that, and actually I already did a video on this too. Soon we're going to have a rocket engine that's nuclear powered that'll probably take us to Mars 30 days instead of 6 months. And that's really going to change the dynamics of any kind of colonization of Mars. Also, mining of the Kuiper Belt, which I'm a big fan of. Everyone knows I love space mining. Big fan of space mining.
Hey Neil, I just realized it's like 12:30 here. But
Right on, brother.
I thought I'd share this screen. It's the up-to-date current. That's what is it? Year to date so far, 2025 silver price chart. We've been started the year out at around 29, and we're at 34.36 right now. Looks like it's headed to 35.
Right on. Excelente.
Here's a 30-minute. That was it. So I thought I'd give you a quick update on that. And I got to fly. Hope everyone has a great week.
Thank you for coming up here.
Yeah, you're welcome. We'll see you all soon.
Be safe, brother.
Okay, ciao.
Take care, Wealth of Nations. Yeah, I've been going for quite some time. About 3.5 hours. I appreciate everybody being here and asking these great questions and participating. And I hope that, as always, every time I come on, I hope I, get a little info that you might not have known, maybe enlighten you to a different perspective of seeing things that might service you better than what you're seeing right now, or the way you're seeing now, or something positive comes from these conversations. That's what I'm hoping for. Having said that, I am going to go ahead and end this stream myself, and I might throw up a random live stream throughout the week. If not, I will see you guys all next Sunday. I appreciate each and every one of you, your time, and come up with some good questions and maybe some other good, interesting perspectives that we can talk about. And let's all share that information. So next time, until then, you guys be good. Bye-bye.